Allowed you to do that.
All right. This is the BS sessions. I'm Mark Alden Taylor, and it's Thursday. You know where you're at. Jerry, what the fuck is up, brother?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Is up?
Just another fucking long ass week at work, the usual fucking grind, looking forward to doing a good show, man. And with that being said, let's introduce our guest here, man. With the throwback Astros shirt tonight, it
Hey,
looks like.
yeah,
Those were some colorful uniforms back in the day, man. They
I
were
like these.
yeah. What's going on, Andy? How are you, man?
I'm doing great, man. I am happy to be here. I'm always happy to be here. I love coming to the BS session. So, I'm excited for this topic.
Yeah.
So, I was leaving
Yeah.
work today, and I kid you not, they're all like, "Well, have a nice podcast." I said, "Thanks. I'm going to talk with people who actually like me." So,
Jesus, man.
and I walked out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn, man.
Well, they were
Oh.
pissing me off.
Sounds like my job a couple days ago.
So whatever.
I
I'm
thought
pretty
my
sure
job
they didn't
sucked.
take it. Huh?
My job doesn't. I don't have dumb people. I just have young people, and young people, sorry, just are not motivated well enough today.
They don't have work ethic
And
anymore.
and
Well,
you
except
can't
for
really,
Joseph. He's 25. He's got a work ethic.
and you can't do anything about it. You can't. I mean, you have to watch what you say. You got to handle it with literally with kid gloves nowadays. I mean, it's ridiculous.
You know what it is,
But
Jerry?
man,
It,
I don't care. One more year and I'm retired. I don't give a fuck.
You
So I
know,
can
you
do
know
it.
what it is, Jerry? I figured it out right now. Joseph's 25, right? And you got Travis
26.
30, 26. Well, these two like rock and metal. The kids you're dealing with like the lazy hip
No,
hop shit.
no, I got one that likes like 80s music and
Okay,
shit. He
but does
really
he work
does.
better? Is he the best
No,
worker? Oh, then the fucking he
no.
must be the
Your theory has fallen apart, Mark.
one person.
He literally, and I've showed this video to the supervisors. I hope he's not. I don't think he watches this, but he's on his phone. He's on a video.
Oh,
Picking his
I'm like,
nose.
yes, literally. I mean, deep, fucking up there too. And it's like, dude, this is the people I have. Now you know why I'm fucking miserable when I get home every day from fucking work. But like I said, one more year. You know what? Fire. I hope hope DOGE comes in and fires me. Please do it.
You're not a
Fuck,
I've got
government
a,
job.
I've
I
got a
wouldn't care.
coworker. She's 24. She actually turns 25 tomorrow, but one of the best workers I've ever been around. She's
Now
awesome.
Does
my
she like rock
assistant's
and metal?
No, she doesn't, but she does watch Black Spinner Circle every week, though.
So there
She
you
said,
go.
"I don't know." She's like, "I don't know what y'all are talking about, but I just love watching y'all."
my
So,
assistant is this wonderful. I mean, he's an African American guy, works his ass off, man. Fucking glad to have him. He kicks ass when I'm not there. But man, the crew I got is just terrible, dude. I mean,
You just can't
fuck.
fire them. You're not union.
I can't fire him.
You can't. I thought you were a manager.
No. I'm a manager, I'm a lead, but I can't fire people.
Oh,
The
you're a
assistants,
lead.
yes.
Yeah, leads have
So
no
I can't
power.
I can't do
You
shit
can't
though,
mention
so.
it to the managers. Hey,
Oh, I do all the fucking time. It's like
they
this
don't fire people anymore.
one ear
no, yeah.
right out the other.
They can't fire people
But-
anymore.
Depending on where it is, they'd have to pay them.
Yeah,
But
about the only fireable offense these days is murder. That's about
Yeah.
it.
managers,
Or theft.
Walmart managers, in all due respect, they got their plates full too. They really do.
Yeah.
I mean, they got so much on their fucking. They really do. They make great money. Don't get me wrong. I mean, there's a big discrepancy in what they make and what I make money wise. So they get paid well enough at least. Anyway, fuck that shit. Anyway, we got Joseph Staub here tonight too. How you doing, man?
I like my job. I don't know. I live pretty good.
That matters a lot, dude. It really
Yes.
fucking does, dude.
So,
no, don't-
so the kids in your school, the ones who wear the rock and metal, are they the hardest working kids?
I wouldn't know. The ones I haven't had, most of them I haven't had in class.
Oh, okay.
Dude, I grew up with a lot of them, dude. A lot of rock and metal guys. They weren't the best workers. At least back in my
No,
time.
the ones
No,
I've
there
had,
were a lot of
unfortunately.
stoners. Yeah, they were. A
The,
lot
the
of
ones
stoners.
I've had.
I was one of
unfortunately
them.
not.
But the thing is, when I worked at In and Out, we were all rock and metal guys, and we worked our asses off at In and Out. That was why my theory was. So
No, I'm just saying that I absolutely love my job. I've been there for 26 years. I love it. Just that today was a little. It was actually pretty good. It was just a couple of things here and there, but the way that I am, if something happens, I get upset about it. 5 minutes later, I'm perfectly fine.
That's exactly how I am. I was mad at
It's
that
just that
guy,
they told me
and I
something at
walked out.
4:55.
It was fine.
Yeah, I've learned.
Yep.
I've learned not to take it home anymore. I really have.
Oh no,
Sometimes I have those days where it's like, oh, it just sticks with you. You know what I mean? But you know, it is what it is. Like I said, less than a year, I don't have no more worries.
having a good time on the car the drive home. So
Yeah. You got nothing but a good time. Okay.
All right, let's get the BS started, Mark. Let's get
Yeah.
this shit going.
All right, I got some.
I got that
What
awful
are
shirt.
what are we doing tonight, though, Jerry?
Oh yeah. By the way, we were doing this is actually a great idea from Mark Lon and Taylor. Yes, it was. It was actually Mark Lon and Taylor, the brains behind the outfit. We are doing sophomore albums that we think are better than the debuts. So this is going to be interesting. Interesting. I think we're going to have a lot of diversity here. A couple of them probably be the same, but I think we're going to have a lot of different stuff. So looking forward to it.
Yeah, Metal Mike Tyler was supposed to be on here, but his job fucked him over, so he couldn't be on the show. But I got his list, and I got Scribble's list because Scribble texted me and gave me a list.
All right.
But man, let's get to the BS, man. Let's see, what do I got? Hey, did you guys hear about in California and LA, they got an Uber with guns. You could use an app and provide you with armed security guards at the click of a button. What do you think of that, Andy?
more guns is never the answer. That's all I have to say.
With security guards, they come with guns.
Yeah, but more guns is never the answer.
True.
I've always been that way. And I'm not against guns. I'm all for the Second Amendment. But less guns is still better.
I don't own a gun, but I'm for the Second Amendment.
I do.
Oh, you need one in Tennessee. You need one in Tennessee. Jerry, I need one in California, but I don't have one. Jerry, what do you think?
No, I mean, today we have to have insane solutions for insane problems. Like teachers carrying guns is an insane solution for an insane problem. So I'm for it because it's an insane solution for an insane problem. What else are they going to do to make it better?
Well, should have did the David Chappelle modern solutions for modern problems.
Yeah. I am a Second Amendment. I mean, I'm a constitutionalist. It's an amendment right, so I don't have any problem with that. I mean, I'm a gun owner. My gun never leaves the house. It's strictly for defending my house, and I won't hesitate to use it if somebody tries to hurt my family. So that's the good part about it. But I mean, I guess that's okay. I don't have a problem with it if you don't feel safe or. In LA, of course, it's not exactly the most safe city in the world. So, yeah.
I'm wondering how much that cost. It's probably for celebrities. They go, I need this, something like that. But what do you
think? I said, insane solutions for insane problems, man. That's what we live in.
What about Dave Chappelle? Remember, he had modern problems for modern times.
So what it is, because I didn't read this. So what it is are drivers that are carrying, or do they actually have another person in the car with you?
No, you just ask for a security guard to come to your house. You click a button and you order them like an Uber.
How do you know they're the security guard?
I don't know. Maybe somebody hack your phone and bring somebody and rip you off.
I mean, don't they have some pretty tight laws out there with gun carrying, don't they?
Yeah, but these are bonded security guards.
They are? Okay. Guns, yeah. Well, that's got to cost a lot of money then.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you never know these days who's coming to your house with a gun.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I don't care if they're bonded or whatever. It's still dangerous.
Remember the days you'd be able to leave your doors unlocked and you're happy to answer the door when somebody knocks. Now it's like somebody here knocking, I go hiding and shit.
What?
Yeah, I go peeking through the windows like
exactly.
What era are you from, Jerry? I was in the 80s and we always locked our windows and doors because we had the fucking Night Stalker out there.
As a kid, I was in the outskirts of Cincinnati. It wasn't that crime ridden yet. It's horrible now, but
we would sleep with the doors open. We would.
Yeah.
Well, shit. We're not here in California. We had fucking all these serial killers out there.
Y'all had a big problem there in the mid 80s.
Yeah, Richard Romero. The 70s, they had that California killer that Patton Oswalt.
Zodiac.
Patton Oswalt's wife who passed away found him, and they got him DNA evidence on him. But what do you think about Uber with guns, Joseph?
It sounds like an SNL skit. It really does. I mean, I'm sure there's a market out there for it. I can never see a reason to really use it in this area. But then again, I live in a small town in the Northeast, so it's like not really for my demographic. But yeah, I mean, I'm kind of right around the same thing with you guys with the gun thing. Is my family has guns mainly to go and shoot animals to feed us. But that's really all I can ever see myself using a gun for. I believe in the constitutional right to have them. I
Pretty catty.
definitely I definitely agree with Andy that more guns is never the answer.
Beautiful cat you got there.
Every time I hear somebody shooting for
Charlie.
food, I just go back to that Back to the Future 3 thing where Marty McFly is picking out these buckshots from his food.
Yeah.
That always reminds me.
Luckily, I've not found any buckshot in my deer bologna yet, but I'm always on the lookout for it.
We had like 20 turkeys in our yard today.
Oh, really?
I sent a video of it earlier.
Oh,
On my thing.
You should put it on BS. That would have been a cool BS.
I was like, fuck, could have made some money. Too bad it's not Thanksgiving time. Shit.
Jerry, the turkey farmer.
So
Yeah,
then
right?
let's get to let's talk
Are there
about
turkey eggs? Do people sell turkey eggs? Do they have eggs? They're birds.
They
Not
do.
the
They're
lay
birds.
eggs.
They have eggs, but no, turkey
Yeah.
eggs are not a thing. No.
Not that good, huh?
But I've eaten
Damn.
duck eggs. Duck eggs are fantastic.
So let's baseball season, spring training's going on. You guys got any thoughts on that, Andy?
Oh yeah, I am excited. I'm keeping up with every single game. Now that I got this sports app called Nufu, they play all the spring training games. So I'm loving it. And then when baseball starts, it's going to have every baseball game, every football game, every basketball, every hockey. Dude, I am in sports heaven. I have watched this app since the day I got it. I've been on this app for 2 weeks now. I haven't changed it.
Damn.
Yeah, I love it. It got me back into basketball. I'm starting to watch hockey. I even watched a girls' rugby the other day.
You told me about that, yeah.
Yeah, I watch golf because I love watching golf. So, yeah,
Ooh.
man, I am all for spring training. And I wanted to mention that. It's so funny that you mentioned that. I do not like the headlines when you're watching. Oh, well, like when you're going through like MLB headlines, and it says that so and so hit the first home run of the year. They didn't hit a home run. It doesn't go towards their stats. It's
spring training.
They're getting their swing back. They're getting their pitches going.
Mike Trout.
They are getting ready to go. The first home run of the season, that is not the first home run of the season.
It isn't exactly playing the best pitching either. They usually put out
They're
people
not
that
going against the best
be
pitcher.
begging groceries
Every
next
year
week.
I get a thing at spring training the last 3 years. Mike Trout hit his first home run of the season, and then in the season a month in, Mike Trout's out for the season.
So,
Speaking of, I saw.
Man, I'm so excited for baseball to start. I'm so excited.
All right,
I think the Astros are going to have a really good season. I think their biggest obstacle in their division is going to be the Rangers.
I agree with you. You got a great manager at the Rangers.
Yeah.
You know, I hate him.
He find ways.
I liked him when he was in San Diego for some reason. I don't like him when he was in San Francisco.
The Rangers really had a lot of ups and downs last year, and a lot of injuries, and everybody's coming back healthy. So,
well, the Corey Seager every other year injury, so he'll be good this year.
hey, you know what? Somebody that I don't know, because there's a lot of people on Facebook, but they were saying that they were saying that Corey Seager is going to be a Hall of Famer. I don't think so. I said not yet. Let's wait and see.
He's got to at least get 300 home runs.
But
the Baseball Hall of Fame is a lot harder than any other Hall of Fame to begin with.
Only got like a little over 200 people in there.
Because you got those old crusty writers who don't want to vote anybody in anymore.
No, I just think that it's very well earned. I mean, it's still old school type of to get in, you know?
So what did you have to say, Joseph?
Well, today I saw that Gunnar Henderson had an injury scare.
Yeah.
They pulled him out of the game, and they still haven't updated. But that's the last thing the Orioles need this year is more injuries. That's what's derailed us the past 2 years. Is just 2 years ago it was a young team that just wasn't ready for the playoffs. Last year it was injuries more than anything. So I'm hoping this year that we're going to be a little healthier and that some of our young guys can get their and get their swing back. But I'm a little consistently disappointed with the Orioles all season moves because what all season moves?
I'm very disappointed in the Orioles this offseason.
I mean, they have one of the richest owners in the league now, and they spent almost no money, and they've almost anybody that we had that was worth keeping, we lost. I mean, we lost Santander, we lost a couple pitchers, we
to the
lost.
Blue Jays of all teams.
I know that pissed me off.
Yeah.
I've learned to be a very pessimistic baseball fan, being an Orioles fan, but this feels like they're squandering a lot of potential.
I think they know they're gonna suck this year because did you see the concession prices you guys are giving out? Holy shit! $5 hot dogs, $5 beers. Damn, I want to go there.
Hey, you should. It's a great ball. It's one of the best ballparks in the country.
Oh yeah, it's a beautiful ballpark. I've been there.
I remember going to Oakland games, man, and the fucking dollar dogs. Oh man, $1 $3 draft.
They had that at Dodger Stadium like about 6 years ago. They had dollar.
They were good.
Yeah,
coming in aluminum foil.
Yeah,
yeah, still do that every Tuesday. Is dollar dog day.
But I'm just saying they lowered their concession prices, so I don't think they think they're going to be good. They want to get people in there with the $5 beers.
Yeah,
that's what I thought because the Dodgers raised their concessions.
Well, I mean, a lot of that does matter. I mean, if a lot of them had cheaper concessions, they'd bring families more often to baseball games.
In general, the Orioles have done a ton over the past few years to make the ballpark more fan friendly. They did the splash zone thing that they've been doing the past couple of years. They've had a lot more interactive kind of things with their fans mainly because I mean, for years, like the ownership just pissed off fans so much that we didn't have our attendance was some of the worst in the league. Just because when you're losing 100 games every year, kind of happens that way. But they've done a lot between the kind of young core being really kind of relatable to fans and stuff, as well as all the kind of stuff that the team themselves have been doing to try to get fans back into the stadium. So
yeah,
hopefully it works out for them.
But the thing is that what upsets me about Baltimore is that they were one of the up and coming teams just 2 or 3 years ago.
Oh yeah,
and it has dissipated quickly.
They still have they have not won a single playoff game.
Yeah,
in the past, they almost made the playoffs 3 years ago when no one expected them to do anything.
Yeah,
they won the division 2 years ago and then got swept by the Rangers, and then they came in second in the division last year and got swept by the Yankees. I mean. They are not doing it themselves any favors here, and every year goes by, they're going to start losing pieces because the young core is getting older, and if they haven't paid any of the young guys yet.
So you're wearing a Yankee or a Dodger uniform, probably.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be Manny Machado all over again.
Fuck Manny Machado.
That's a shame. That is a shame, Joseph, because they really had everything in the palm of their hands. They really did.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Hopefully they still do, and we're just kind of prematurely burying them. But they have done nothing to help themselves.
Yeah, but the way that it looks, they just haven't made.
Oh, it does not look good.
And
they're not a team that's made. They're not a team that is going through an all season like they want to win a World Series.
Exactly, and
even though they have the pieces to do so.
And the Yankees got better, the Blue Jays got better, and the Red Sox got better.
And Tampa Bay is the same. Yep. Dang. Well, my team, according to Dodger Group, suck because they need to fire Dave Roberts, and because they're sucking in spring training.
They've been saying that you've literally fired that guy for the last 10 years. They've been
literally signed every player on planet Earth.
I'm being sarcastic. Well, this is what the Dodger Groups are saying. What the fuck? Do you guys, these Dodger fans, do you remember last spring training? They sucked too.
So
they're playing people with no names on the back of their jerseys.
So, Mark, do you now understand why everyone hates Dodger fans?
Why? Because they're stupid.
You're just describing it.
We suck. We're not going to win.
Dave Roberts. It's the opposite of Cowboys fans. Cowboys
fans are way worse than.
But that's what I'm saying is Cowboys fans come into every season no matter what with the most overhyped expectations possible. You guys literally just won a World Series, signed every player, every free agent in existence, and want to fire your manager.
And not just won the World Series, The Dodgers dominated the
Dominated.
whole playoff field.
They wanted to fire him during the playoffs last year. Like, fucking it. One loss. Fire Dave Roberts. I told you this guy sucks. And I go, fucking A. He's one of the best.
Let me put it to you this
He's
way,
got a
Mark.
better winning record than Tommy Lasorda, idiots. Hello.
I was rooting for them in the playoffs in the World Series last year because they went up against the Yankees. If they make it back to the World Series and it's against anybody but the Yankees, I am not rooting for the Dodgers again.
Hey, I never root for his team, but the Reds, dude. How is Gavin Lux doing with your team, by the way?
I haven't been following. I don't think he's played much. I think he's hurt or something. But
he's hurt.
Again? I do expect. I mean, there's something happening in Cincinnati. Their attendance was up 20%.
Yep.
I mean, it's been sucky the last 50,000 fucking years, but I think Ellie De La Cruz is going to put up MVP type numbers. Well, I mean, I don't think he's going to win the MVP, but I think he's going to have a great season. Yep. We got this burner pitcher. He averages like 199 to 100 on on his fastball coming up. As a starter, him and Hunter Green, man, are some burners. So hopefully their arms can hold out, and maybe we'll get some pitching. The bullpen has always fucking been the problem. Last year, our starters would go. Well, Bell would actually pull the stars 5 or 6 innings, whether they're doing good or not, good or bad. Which I understand you want to save. I want to save your. I understand you want to save your arms, but if you have a shitty bullpen, you got to have your. You're putting more use in your bullpen, and B, your starters are they're saving their arms, but they're they could pitch 2 more innings probably and still give your team a better chance to win. They lost so many games last year in the 8th and 9th inning last year, man.
But they got a big key in Cincinnati this year, Terry Francona.
Yeah, I agree. Hopefully that'll change.
Big change.
I mean, the Reds will red. Don't get me wrong. I don't think they're gonna, be spectacular. I think the Cubs and the Brewers. The Cubs, I think, are made the most improvement of all the teams in that division this year. So. But there's hope in the horizon. That's all I can say.
Terry.
Yeah, I mean, poor Lux. I feel bad for him. He's going from like.
Hey, Lux is being a good soldier there. He's saying this team is fun to be around. He likes the young people.
And I'm kind of hoping. Well, it won't happen now with Francona being the manager.
You got a good guy in Lux. Lux is a good team player.
No, I don't say that. But I was going to say, maybe we can get fucking Trevor a fucking contract. Then I'm like, oh shit,
Trevor Bauer.
He had the trouble with fucking Francona in Cleveland, so that won't happen.
He did.
So I don't know why you don't give that guy a fucking chance.
Hey, Dodger fans in the groups are saying thank you, Reds, for giving us De La Cruz in 2 years.
Well, of course it's going to be that way. It's the way it is. Man. You buy yourself a winner every year.
Dude, I'm tired. I don't like my team buying all the players. I like it when they do have a lot of homegrown talent, though.
Like who?
People.
Who? Right now, tell me right now, in the starting lineup, who is homegrown?
Muncie's kind of homegrown.
Crickets.
He's not homegrown.
Crickets.
He's home. For what?
Hey, dude, you can do it.
We picked him up in the minor leagues. He's kind of homegrown. They turned his.
You do it, hey man, do it if you can. Do it. Fuck it, you're winning.
Yeah,
well, you got Kershaw.
You can do it. That's fine, but don't say we're still homegrown.
Wait! You got Will Smith, bitch.
Okay, one. Keep going.
Oh, you got Alex Messier in the start in the bull. You got a lot of good people in the bullpen for
starting lineup.
Huh?
Starting lineup.
Well, you used to have a lot of homegrown in the starting lineup. It's just they started
and then they bought all the talent.
Yeah.
Well, they got rid of
they traded that homegrown talent.
All right, but they still got a good minor league system, I think. But then we get to Jerry and frickin' Andy don't give a shit about this, but I love Paul McCartney and Wings. Paul McCartney will release a book, Wings, the Story of the Band on the Run, tracing the history of the group that helmed through most of the 1970s after the Beatles breakup. Comes out November 4th. I'm going to start with you, Joseph, then we'll get to the people who hate that band.
I'm
just joking.
I like Wings. I don't love Wings. It's how I feel about literally all the Beatles solo careers. I think that every single one of them had a subpar solo career at some point. I think John Lennon put out a couple good albums and then released a bunch of garbage. George Harrison put out an amazing album and then released some garbage. Ringo Starr was Ringo Starr.
Garbage.
And And then of all of them, I think Paul's was the most consistent, but it wasn't anything mind blowing. It certainly wasn't on the level of what any of them were doing with the Beatles. I love stuff like Band on the Run, that album, Red Rose Speedway, Venus and Mars, like that era of Wings. Some great stuff. Like we were saying in the group today, the live album, even though that is about 2/3 Beatles songs. But I mean, I always am fascinated by the story of Wings just because it's such a kind of a weird story that like it's never been like fully told. Like there's so much kind of intrigue because it's one of the things where it's like, okay, for all intents and purposes, this is the band, but these guys didn't play on the albums all the time. Um, and there's like so many people coming in and out of the band. It was a very it was only ever really Paul, Linda, and I can never remember the other guy's name that were like
Danny
the
Lane.
consistent. Yeah, Denny Lane that were consistent members.
He just died like last year or this year,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, this year.
Yeah. But like there's just so much, I'm sure there's so much to tell about a lot of that stuff going on, especially because I mean that was around the same time. I mean, if you're talking like mid 70s, that was when like they were at least trying to start
A real
working
band.
a little bit, well, a real band, but also that's when some of the Beatles started kind of working a little bit together again. That's when Paul and John had their sit down. That's when they all appeared on Ringo's album. Like that was like it had that like that 5 year kind of thing where okay, the Beatles broke up 5 years ago. Now we're gonna start kind of talking again. But it's a really fascinating story. I'm definitely gonna be checking it out to hear what Paul has to say about all that stuff because I mean I just think Paul's an interesting guy in general. I love to hear what he says.
What about you, Andy?
Yeah, I read his autobiography. It was a thick ass book, and it was a great bio. And I love Paul. I love Paul McCartney. I do. I think he's a great guy. I think he's stand up in everything he does. He's a Beatle. He's still out there doing it because he's a true rock and roll musician. But the thing with Wings is that each album only had like 2 or 3 really good songs, and they were really good songs. But after that, it was just ugh, and it just meddled too much in the middle. And then when Wings: The Speed of Sound came out, he was trying to incorporate Wings as being a band, so everyone contributed their own songs and sang their own songs, and you're like, this isn't the Beatles. And he was trying to find another band, and God bless him, he tried his hardest, but it just didn't work out that well. When I mean, it had to be the curse of the Beatles because all 4 of them were pretty good. It was okay, but you're not going to reach that kind of greatness of being one. I mean, you were in one of the greatest bands of all time in the whole world that still exists in that kind of realm. Um, and and it's tough, and I might be a over objector and very hard on Paul because of that. I just expected more. And when I first heard Wings, I was like, it's just okay.
Their
I mean,
greatest hits album is
I love their
awesome.
hit songs. I love their hit songs, but I can't sit and listen to a whole Wings album.
I got like 4 of them over here.
Oh, I got like 6 of them.
Oh shit.
So yeah, I mean, if I find them, I buy them because I'm a completist. Even though you don't like that, Mark, but I am.
I hate wasting money on something I'm never going to listen to. That's why.
Oh no! I try every time, just like I try on this piece of crap right here.
But it's something I like.
Every time I try,
What a piece of crap! That has little guitars on it, man.
still a piece of crap, Mark. And I have it right here because I tried so hard.
You know what? You should be on that review. We have not reviewed that out yet. But,
It's my least favorite of the first 6, but there's so much. The original songs.
It's
better than A Different Kind of Truth. That's for sure.
Fuck you. So Jerry, what do you think about Wings?
I'm better. Than
I just always thought that they were boring, man. I mean,
yeah, thank you.
Stilly Love Songs, Band on the Run, Live and Let Die was already it's just that stupid flute or whatever the hell they are, xylophone during. It's just
that song rules.
I don't know. And then Listen to What the Man Said. Just
oh,
I love that song.
Just
Jet.
Jet,
Chet,
I really like his hit songs, but man, those
Uncle Albert.
tracks.
My Love.
We're so
I think other songs
sorry.
they sing.
Maybe
Uncle
I'm
Albert.
amazed.
Maybe I'm amazed.
That's a good song.
But that was actually that was solo.
I was
That was
gonna say that's
Yeah,
Paul
that
McCartney
was-
solo. I was gonna
yeah,
say,
that's on Ram.
But
That's him
yeah.
playing everything by
Or it's on
himself.
the McCartney album.
So if the singles
that's-
bore me, yeah, if the singles bore me, and then the fucking deep tracks aren't gonna fucking impress me much. That's why I never really went far with them. So
Yeah, and I'm sure as hell ain't going to sit there and read a book about him.
exactly. Yeah.
Hey, if it was a documentary,
I will.
you'd probably watch it.
His wife was just a toy up there. She lip synced or sang horribly.
Hey,
They isolated her vocals. They were bad. I mean, so.
yeah. Well, she didn't really do anything.
Just like Dennis Young's wife, he put her up there too on the last couple tours, and she couldn't really do much.
She was a photographer, not a fucking musician.
Speaking of reading books, I just started a audiobook about Michael McDonald. Dude, did y'all know he got his girlfriend pregnant in the 8th grade?
No.
Wow.
Jeez.
Yeah, they're both in the 8th grade.
I guess he was Yamo B there.
Mhm.
I wish I was getting laid in the 8th grade.
And of course,
But did he took care of the baby though?
no,
Yeah, but
no.
I mean, listen to Michael McDonald's smooth voice. He was getting in the 8th grade.
They put up for her family forced her to put her up for adoption. Back then in the 60s, they both went to Catholic schools, so they sent her away, just like they did to every girl in the 50s and 60s that got pregnant.
So he was no
Send him to
Yamo
a
B.
girls' school.
So I wonder if that kid knows who his dad is now.
I don't know.
So he wasn't Yamo B there then. That sucks.
He's probably a singer. He's like, damn, you sound like Michael McDonald.
It wasn't minute by minute.
What a fool believes.
Or maybe it just took a minute.
No, maybe the kid got sweet freedom.
Oh, I hate that song.
I love that
I
song.
love that song.
I love that movie. That movie rules. But hey, you guys are talking about audiobooks. I just started. I already told you I did the Black Crows with Steve Corman, which is really good.
Yeah.
I just started the Bono book, Surrender, and it's fucking fantastic.
Ooh, I gotta look.
Dude, he adds music. Every chapter is a song by U2. And I found out about the song Iris. He didn't want to release it.
Oh, is that where you got it from?
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't want to release it because it was so personal to him. It's like every song he writes is not trash. Every song he writes is a personal experience by him
For
or
a
something.
reason.
Yeah, for a reason. It has a reason. That's why I probably cling to U2 so much, because it's the emotion in the lyrics. And there's like songs that he wrote about this kid that he's been friends with for life on the first album. And then the last album he wrote about him. It's like he's still writing about his childhood still. And it's fucking cool. And
Mark, on a separate issue related to that, I think I finally figured out why I dislike Bono. But it's a long story that I don't want to get into now. It's very philosophical. But it definitely does have to do with his kind of like hero complex.
he doesn't have a hero complex.
Yes, he does.
Yes,
No,
he
he doesn't.
does, dude.
No, he doesn't. You know,
He's
I
constantly
Look,
trying-
with that being said, he's probably made that way through the
no,
fans,
he
what
even
does.
he was talking about how like the Edge has like a huge poker face, and you can't tell he's holding aces. But when you look at his face, you could tell everything he's thinking. So it's pretty cool, man. He's very humble. If you listen to the book, he's talking about Jesus and quoting Bible verses in the freaking book.
I am with you on this one, Mark. You know, all because he used his celebrity to really do good things in the world for people. And he just seemed to be popular, but I don't think that he really carries that and throws in people's faces.
He doesn't hammer you on the head with his views. That's the thing.
Yeah, he just does what he does.
Mark, have you watched the Rattle and Hum movie recently?
Yes, I've watched it lots of times, dude. What did he do in there?
Not necessarily him, but you know, anytime that the filmmaker feels the need to intersplice a video of Martin Luther King's face next to Bono's.
That wasn't him. That wasn't Bono. That was the guy who directed the movie.
And he smells his own farts.
Yeah, Bono never.
I've always heard that about him.
Bono never puts himself above anybody. He gives so much credit to Joey Ramone, Black Sabbath, the Beatles.
He fucking rules, dude. Let's just face it, he rules.
No, but I'm just saying like the song, The Miracle of Joey Ramone. Why Joey Ramone is a miracle to him? Because he's the one who set him on the path to music, hearing the Ramones for the first time. And he said he's the gift that keeps on giving. That's why he wrote that song about Joey
Yeah,
Ramone.
and we had to hear all about it when they loaded that song onto our
Yeah,
iTunes.
and he apologized for that. You know, humans make mistakes, man.
Apology
It's
unaccepted.
it for me. It's honestly it's for me. It's not necessarily about Bono. It's more about like the entire idea of celebrities, um, trying to change the world without ever actually going out of their own cushy lifestyle to do it.
Oh, he does. He goes to third world countries and he tries to help people. So there's a
Mm-hmm.
difference between Bono saying things. He acts on what he wants to do. He goes and petitions the Democrats and the Republicans to help the third world debt. He went to Bush, he went to Clinton. He goes to everybody. He doesn't care who's in charge. Help these countries out. They are starving. He does it for he doesn't care who's in power. He'll talk to anybody. He
I
doesn't
really do think that he does it for the people. I really do.
Yeah,
I
I
do.
think
I agree that he does it for the people. I don't think he's like a raging egotist or anything.
no.
I do. I think he is.
I don't.
He's not like Rage Against the Machine.
That was literally the example I was about to bring up, Mark.
Yeah.
Because I was reading this book today,
They do
and
nothing.
it was kind of talking about like the like kind of cult of celebrity, like railing against the system, even though they're like a representative of the system, and they are not. They're still multimillionaires. And Rage Against the Machine is the biggest example because they're railing against capitalism, but here they are in America with their cushy mansions and their
Tickets for
everything that they
500,
own.
10,000 bucks to see them. Yeah.
Yeah,
They're the biggest
You
example.
two is never really. You could get into a
do
U2
think
show.
that I do think that Bono is still a part of that kind of. I mean, not necessarily him like personally, but like it's still a part of that ecosystem of like.
But he makes his tickets affordable for his fans.
I saw his daughter in a movie actually. I forget what it was actually. She's like,
He did.
but you know what Bono should do though? Write a fucking good song. He hasn't written a good song since 1990.
You're so fucked. Iris
You caught me off guard with that one.
Raised by Wolves.
Stop trying to save the world and write a fucking good song.
Dude, he writes great.
The last song he wrote was Desire. It was the last fucking good song.
Yeah, whatever. I like the last two albums they did, and I like the song, the Vegas residency they did. Dude, his lyrics are fucking amazing. The band, The Edge, nobody sounds like The Edge.
If I have to watch that discotheque video again, I think I fucking commit.
Hey, man, you know, I did do that. That album, those songs are better. Like I said on the review, they are better live.
But thing is that every band
Lemon. Oh my god,
Europa is the worst album I've ever heard in my life. There you go.
Pop is shit.
No, Zooropa is the worst album.
But thing is that any band that's been together for that long is going to take a misstep. I mean, they are.
Just remember, they have never broken up. They have never changed members. They are still the same. And this band prays before every show and prays together. There you go. I'm not getting religious on you. That's why they're so together, and I love it.
I'm a fan now.
No, well, what keeps them together also is their
money.
Is their writing. In every song, it's all four of them. They all divvy up the money equal.
Bono said that from the beginning. It was 20% to the manager, 20% to them, 20% to the other member, 20%.
That's why they're still together.
And they've always done that. He's always said we split everything equally. We never said who gets this much money.
Money.
Not a good fucking song.
Money.
Yeah.
That's
so
right.
Fuck you, Jerry. I was listening to the last album yesterday. It fucking Raised by Wolves. Oh my God, such a great song. And that's about his friend who saw bodies blown up by the IRA as a kid, and it changed him into a heroin addict for a while. And he's still friends with this guy. He wrote 2 songs about that guy he was friends with him. He's still friends with him today. He's the one who I think named him Bono. So it's pretty cool, man. Raised by Wolves, because he saw bodies literally blown up by the RIA with limbs and everything all around him.
Literally millions of people, because it was a very, very troubling time, and it was happening. It was happening in front of everybody.
Sunday Bloody Sunday was written about that shit. So
that was a good song. Like I said, write a song like that.
You know, Jerry, why don't you look in the last two albums? Maybe you might like them.
I have. You always fucking throw it down my throat, man.
I don't give you any videos.
Yes, you do. You need to listen to it. So I try to listen to it. The worst thing is when they did that fucking remix of their hits a couple years ago. That was total dog shit.
All right. Well, let's move on.
Anyway,
let's move on. Let's move on to Paramount Plus. Two things on Paramount Plus, and Andy already canceled it, so he's kind of pissed. Announces a feature length. They announce a feature-length documentary on Ozzy Osbourne's No Escape from Now, which is going to document his last show. What do you guys think about that, Andy?
About Ozzy that I'm going to find out from watching it.
No.
They're going to show him working into that last show.
John? You're going to hear breaking news. We just learned this about Ozzy. Yeah.
I honestly, I have no interest in it.
They're talking about him doing the last show in England.
Yeah. I mean, I'll watch it.
How many last shows has he done at this point?
Yeah.
Like,
well, no more.
I'll watch it. I'll watch it,
tours,
but I won't like be like, oh my god, I'm not going to be standing up all night waiting for it to drop at 8:00 in the morning.
Are you guys going to like stream that concert from Birmingham or whatever? Where it's at?
I don't think so.
Unless I see a headline of like, OMG, shocking! This happens at the show. Like Jakey Lee comes out and they do this, or like
that'd be cool if they did Bark at the Moon together with him sitting in a chair.
Honestly, after everything that I've seen over the last week, I think Ozzy's going to sing like 2 songs, and that's going to be it.
Probably. He's working out though.
He's going to sing Crazy Train and he's going to sing Paranoid, and that is it.
And I'm not.
The body can be fine. It's the mind that's going on.
Yeah. And even his body's not doing great.
Oh, yeah. A lot of abuse on that fucking body, man. A lot of miles on that fucking body. And mind.
You have any thoughts about that, Andy? Or would you watch it?
Oh, well, first of all, I'm not pissed off about losing Paramount Plus at all.
I'm just joking.
I know. What was the question?
About Ozzy, the documentary they're going to film about his last show.
Oh yeah, well, I'm not gonna. Well, I don't have Paramount, so I'm not gonna watch it. But I'll probably read up on it. I mean, in this day and age, it'll be everywhere. So
you want my password? Huh? Give me the password to Paramount Plus if you want to watch it. And then when that happens, and also Paramount Plus
now, so I can watch the old Double Dare.
More than 50 episodes of MTV Unplugged that haven't been available in over 20 years are now available to stream on Paramount Plus. And
that's cool.
That's cool as fuck.
It's cool, but I mean, knowing the archives that they have, I'm a little upset that it's just the original episodes. Like,
add some extra stuff to it.
Yeah, like this DVD has the entire Kiss Unplugged concert on it. The version that they uploaded on Paramount Plus is 46 minutes long.
Yeah. It was the actual episode on it.
Yeah, it's even missing half the songs that are on the album. Not even the ones that are on here that they didn't. It's missing like half the songs that are on the album. So, I mean, I get that they're just uploading the show, but knowing the archives that they have, I mean, all these bands that released albums of their MTV Unplugged.
Yeah.
Nirvana and Alice in Chains and Eric Clapton, Queensryche released theirs. I mean, all these bands that did their MTV Unplugged albums, I guarantee you that half those songs are missing.
But that Kiss Unplugged was a really good album.
Oh, it's my favorite live album they ever did outside of the first Alive.
Oh,
I mean, it's amazing. And then that's why I love having this DVD, because they have the whole thing with like some of the bloopers and then all the songs that they didn't air, or even the stuff that's on the album.
It's so cool.
Ace with the Klondike joke.
Yep.
I don't know. I've never seen that Kiss Unplugged episode.
I think you would really like it, Mark. It's different really good, Mark.
I really hate Unplugged, except for Alice in Chains and freaking Nirvana.
Kiss did a great job because they had fun with it. They pulled out some deep cuts that sound amazing Unplugged.
You had a stage setup too. They had a great stage setup.
Oh yeah, they had the rock and roll over cover underneath them. And then they have the mannequins in the background from the conventions. Yeah. Like honestly, and I say this as someone who I know is not a huge Kiss fan, Mark. I think you'd like it.
Okay. Well, we're doing a Kiss episode tomorrow, and I don't know about that album we're doing tomorrow, Terrence, but you'll find out tomorrow. But
oh boy, what album are you guys doing?
Asylum.
Oh, I like that album.
I'm not going to give any hints right now. I'm just fucking with Jerry because Jerry fucks me on these fucking reviews all the time. So it's my turn to fuck with him because it's his pick. But one last
thing. That album fucking sucks.
One last
I'm not a fan
BS
of
thing.
Asylum.
Well, we got Chris Czynszak and Nate and Bushy tomorrow. That's going to be a hoot.
That's going to be a lineup.
Yeah. So one last BS, man. William Shatner confirms talks to return to Star Trek as Captain Kirk in one of the new series. What do you think about that, Jerry?
I mean, he's been trying to come back for the last 50 years, it seems like. The fucking, I don't know. What the fuck is he going to play?
Captain Kirk?
Doing what?
He's dead.
He's not dead. That was in the Nexus. The Nexus, everybody comes back.
He was out of the Nexus when that came.
But the Nexus came back and took him.
It did?
Yeah, when it came down on Picard, it took everything there. That's what I'm saying. He wasn't dead. You know, he might have been dead right there when he helped Picard, but the ribbon came down.
Hold on, Mark. Hold on, Mark.
What?
He's giving you a look like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Dude, watch Generations.
They came
again.
out. I did. They came out. They were in the Nexus and they came out of the Nexus.
But remember what Guinan said.
All right. Hey, look.
Let me put it to you this way, Mark. As someone who is not a Star Trek fan, you lost me like 2 minutes ago.
Guinan said everybody who's in the Nexus, they never really leave the Nexus. Remember that?
Yeah, but never mind. Guinan's a different, you know what? Guinan's a different type of individual entity, whatever the fuck she is. She's different than the rest of them.
Okay, maybe Q will bring him back.
Who the fuck is that?
Q.
I think he said Kiev. I'm like, who the fuck is Kiev?
Oh god. Oh, you know
whatever. Next.
You know what? I've always said this. The problem I have with Star Trek Generations is that Captain Kirk always found a way to save everybody, even himself. There was never a no-win situation. Kobayashi Maru, whatever. That was a fucking defect in the Star Trek canon for me.
Mark,
I mean, if they had retconned the ending of 2, he didn't save
back.
Spock. That's what I mean. If they hadn't have retconned it, that was a pretty anyway.
But he went to get Spock back because the needs of the one outweigh the needs of the many or the few.
Not according to Kirk, the needs of the one outweighed the needs of the
That's what I just said.
Oh, I thought you said it didn't.
No, Spock said the needs of the many, but Kirk said when he says Spock, the needs of the one.
Boy, all right, what do we got next?
Let's do our list, man. Hey, just remember, Jerry, when you're doing a list, you got to give me space for Metal Mike and Scribble.
All right, then.
What was that?
Get me some French fried potatoes with some mustard, please.
Taters.
Slingshot was a good movie. That was a good movie.
I haven't seen that movie in a long time.
I love Billy Bong Thornton.
All right, time to do the list. Time to get down to the main attraction here. Our top 11 sophomore albums that we think are better than the debut album. So we'll start with Joseph, man, number 11.
All right. So as I usually do, I have a philosophy behind my list. Most of these are albums where I am not a huge fan of the debut by these particular bands. I thought it would be too easy to list bands where like I liked their debut, but I like their sophomore album more. A lot of these are just bands that I think either their debut was crap or their debut was like they didn't have their identity yet. And so like their second album kind of brought it all together, and it was like they're really kind of could have been a couple of these people think is some of these bands' debut albums. So my number 11 is one where I don't hate the debut album, but it's definitely a lot lower on my list of this band than a lot of people put it. And that is Kiss Hotter Than Hell. I like this a lot more than the first Kiss album. The first Kiss album is my least favorite studio album that they did between 1974 and 1984. I think that the Kiss debut album was just not great. I think every single song on it was better on either a live or double platinum. I think that the first Kiss album is not great, but we're not talking about that. Hotter Than Hell. I love the grimy production. I think the songs, they took their time on these songs. They have some really great tracks on here. I mean, Got to Choose, Parasite, Strange Ways.
A lot of Freely on this album.
Yes.
Writing.
Big influence.
And Pete's drumming on it is fucking awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Album too. Yeah.
I mean, this was their probably their heaviest album of the 70s. I mean, this is if Black Sabbath invented doom metal, this is early kind of sludge metal. Like this is, I mean, you listen to Strange Ways. That is just that is sludge metal.
That's one of Ace's best written songs.
Oh my God, yes. And this is just something so different for what Kiss was going to do throughout the rest of the 70s. I mean, you look at Dress to Kill. Dress to Kill was a lot lighter than this album was. And then, of course, Destroyer was kind of their kind of like mainstream album.
Breakthrough pop rock, yeah.
But this is still a band that's trying to find themselves, and they never quite came back to the way they sounded on this. And I think that's kind of a good thing. That like this is just kind of sticks out in their catalog. And I love this album for it. So that's my number 11 is Kiss Hotter Than Hell.
What songs did Peter Criss sing on there?
Strange Ways and Mainline.
I did like those songs. Wow.
I've only heard that album a couple of times.
Really?
I do not. That is one of them that I don't own. I think I'm only missing like 5 Kiss albums, and that's one of them.
I even own that one.
Really? I don't.
This is one of my favorite.
Watching You is one of my favorites.
Oh yeah,
Watching You is a great song.
Parasites on this one. Going Blind is an amazing song. Let Me Go Rock and Roll, Watching You, and then Strange Ways. And then one of my favorite songs on the Unplugged album is what they opened the concert with, Coming Home, and that's on this album.
Oh yeah, I like that song.
And I think it's way better on Unplugged than it is on here.
I got to really get serious and get that one. All right,
Andy, you're next, man.
Yeah. The way I did my list is I'm trying to pick albums that maybe weren't picked by everybody. Also, albums that I don't usually talk about as well is also a criteria. Even though there's a couple of them that I could not put on this list. Now, we did do a show on Black Spinner called No Sophomore Slump, but this is completely different because we're doing sophomore albums that are better than the debut. So that's a difference. That's a big twist. So I do love these albums, and I believe that they're better than the debut. Now I'm going to start off with Anthrax's Spreading the Disease.
No, I agree with that.
100%.
I hate album. Turban.
My favorite Anthrax album.
Yeah.
Mine's Among the Living. I think Among the Living is.
I hate that album.
Really? Oh, dude.
That is where my Anthrax hate starts. I love the debut. I love Spreading the Disease. I can't stand Among the Living.
But Among the Living, to me, it's a never-ending just bludgeoning of great music. But we're not talking about that. So, album 2, Anthrax, Spreading the Disease. Fantastic. And what I really like about this one, what I think is one of my favorite albums by Anthrax, is that it was still different from everybody else out there.
Yep.
And then they kind of morphed it into what was popular out there. Music. This was Anthrax.
Yeah.
So Spreading the Disease.
Usually I go last, but since Mark's got lists, I'm going to go third this time. And so I'm going to go with, a lot of people are going to disagree with me on this one. I'm going to go Dio, the Last in Line. I do like that better than
Holy
Diver.
Holy Diver.
I love Egypt. The Chains Are Off. We rock. Last in Line, of course.
Yeah.
But, a lot of people say that Holy Diver blows that album away. I don't think so. I mean,
I don't think it blows it away, but I do think I like Holy Diver better.
Yeah,
a lot of people say that.
There's too many keyboards on Last in Line.
I don't mind that though. It sounds good, man.
I Speed at Night.
I Speed at Night's a great song. I don't
Breathless.
know. It doesn't sound as the thing with Last in Line compared to Holy Diver. It doesn't sound as oomph to me. It doesn't have that.
Oh, the mystery is like a metal ballad.
It sounds a little tinty. There's like the
I don't think
so.
No, I don't think so at all.
To me,
actually,
it's
probably because it was the first deal I really got into as a kid. So that could be why too.
For me, I just think Holy Diver is a more cohesive album.
Yeah, exactly.
I love both of them. They're my two favorite Dio albums. I feel like if I'm going to sit down and listen to them, there's definitely songs I'll listen to on Last in Line over some songs on Holy Diver. But I think as an album, I put Holy Diver on first.
Ooh, maybe a future album battle. We did We did Holy Diver and what was it?
And
Blizzard,
Diary.
right? Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
Blizzard.
Blizzard. Yeah.
Yeah.
But with me, I thought that sometimes when I pull out deals, sometimes I will pull out Holy Diver, and sometimes I'll go ahead and put on Last in Line because
I love both those albums. I just like Holy Diver more.
They're the two Dio albums I own on vinyl, so you know I love them both. So
I have them too.
Yeah, but I do need to update my Holy Diver one. I do need to update it.
I got the a couple of years ago when I think Jerry pointed out to me when Walmart had that like Black Friday vinyl thing that they used to do. I got the Holy Diver 40th anniversary edition for $15. The double vinyl.
Right now it's like 40 to 45.
Yeah, the double vinyl with the etching on the fourth side.
Oh no shit!
I got it for like $15.
Oh, I hate that etching on side 4 on albums.
I know. They did that with the most recent version of Appetite for Destruction too.
Oh, did they really?
But I think that one's a holograph.
Yeah, but why did they put that on a double now?
Because at 180 gram, they give it more space.
All right,
because it is a very long album. It's 12 songs.
Yeah, but it was always on single album.
Yeah,
you know.
But I think it's one of those like hot in the shade kind of things where it's like it's really a cram packed on there.
Yeah.
All right, Mark, go ahead, man.
Okay, this should be no surprise to any of you guys. I love this band. The first album was awesome with Girls on Film and If There's Something I Should Know, but Rio.
Agreed.
Or fucking Sgt. Pepper's.
Breakout album.
Yeah.
The fucking great album. It's got my favorite Duran Duran song on there called The Chauffeur. Sing, sing, blue silver. I like that.
I would actually say I think their Sgt. Pepper is the wedding album, but
Rio is just like you guys.
I love Rio.
Rio.
I think Rio's really their breakout album.
Yeah.
And it deserves to be on your list, you know, because but yeah, it belongs there. Yeah,
I love that album. It's like it's an album that I could just listen to all the way through and not skip a song. It's so amazing. All right, who am I doing?
MTV helped Rio out a lot too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, those videos were so good.
So what are we going? Scribble or Metal Mike?
Go Scribble and finish Metal Mike at the end.
Metal Mike at the end. Okay, he picked Marilyn Manson, Antichrist Superstar, Scribble.
Good album.
And then Metal Mike picked Def Leppard, High and Dry. I agree with him on that one.
That's an honorable mention on my list.
Yeah. That might come up later on my list.
Yeah, that I was going through the album tracks for that High and Dry, and I almost put it on my list.
That's not a skipper, also like Duran Duran.
All right. So Joseph, number 10.
All right, my number 10, and this is a little bit of a preview that will be true of at least one other album on my list. The debut album from this band had a bit of troubled production. It was actually released more than once on different labels. It was released with different mixes, and I only like a few songs on the debut album. This will come back into play later. But I think that the sophomore album from this band is eons better, and that is Dawkins' Tooth and Nail.
Oh, it is a lot better.
They're good album.
I love the song Breaking the Chains. I love Paris is Burning. I love like one or two more songs off of Breaking the Chains. But this is where Dawkins really established themselves as a band. I mean, this is just a phenomenal album. I mean, you look at it, the song Tooth and Nail, Just Got Lucky, Don't Close Your Eyes, When Heaven Comes Down, my favorite Dawkins song, Into the Fire, Bullets to Spare, and then one of the greatest power metal ballads of all time, Alone Again. Just an amazing album, huge step up from their first album. This really kind of set the table for where they were going to be for the rest of the decade. I love the two albums that came after this. There's some stuff they did in the 90s I think is great, but this is really kind of where they this is where they laid down the gauntlet, which is funny if you look at the album cover, the gauntlet. This is where they kind of threw down the gauntlet and said, we're here. This is what we are. Dawkins' Tooth and Nail.
The next album's my favorite, though, after that one.
I go back and forth. I go back and forth. I
Better
love
production on
Under
Lock
Lock
and
and
Key.
Key.
Better production.
But the Tooth and Nail, it was the songwriting that was
Oh yeah,
bounds over their debut album.
it was the
Let's-
first one that was written as a band. Because
The,
I mean,
Yeah.
the
originally
debut
Breaking the
album was
Chain,
Dawn.
it was a Don Dawkins solo.
Juan
album.
Crucier had some stuff on there
He
too.
did, but he wasn't really around for all. I mean,
No, he wasn't.
If you look at that's a fascinating story too. If you look at the production of Breaking the Chains, it happened over a couple of years. Like I said, they released it twice, a couple
They
years
released in
apart.
Germany first. I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it was mainly it was recorded with Don and then with some session players. George Lynch was a session player on that album. Mick Brown was a session player on that album. I mean, it was not really a cohesive unit. And
Right.
honestly, this is really the only album where Doc and were ever a cohesive unit. I mean, the next album is when it really started cracking already.
Already.
And I love Under Lock and Key, and I love Back for the Attack.
Mhm.
But this is the only album where Dokken was truly a united front.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of started falling apart from there, but also that falling apart resulted in some great songs. But this is just
Terrible live shows, but great albums, yes.
Well, I agree.
Well,
with
the
you,
live
but
album is great, but that could also have been a lot of studio magic.
No, I'm talking about live.
Oh,
live albums.
I saw them open up for Aerosmith on the permanent. They were horrible on the Back for the Attack tour.
That's
I
what
saw
says.
them at House of Blues doing Erase the Slate, and they were phenomenal. So
That's a phenomenal album.
yeah, so but no George
All right.
Lynch on that tour either. So
All right, Andy, you're up next, man.
Yeah, I mentioned this album on Tuesday on our show, Black Spinner Circle, and I decided to keep it out because I did not file it because I didn't file anything anyway. But we lost her too soon. But this is such a great album, Pearl, by Janis Joplin.
Amazing album.
It's beautiful, man. From beginning to end. You know, Move Over, Cry Baby. Buried Alive in the Blues, me, of course, me and Bobby McGee, and almost the acapella Mercedes Benz. I mean, this was a great album. We lost her too soon.
One of my favorite lyrics in the history of music is in me and Bobby McGee is "Freedom's just another word for nothing left to lose." And that's how she lived her life, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately. So that's my number 10, Janis Joplin, Pearl. And that was released after she passed.
That was released posthumously, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, my number 10 is from one of my favorite bands. I'm going to pick Metal Church's The Dark album.
great album.
Great fucking songs on that. Ton of bricks. Watch the Children Pray. Fucking Start the Fire. It's loaded with great fucking tunes on that one. David Wayne is just nailing the vocals in this album. I do fucking love their first album, Beyond the Black and fucking shit like that. Metal Church, Merciless. Great fucking songs, but I have to take what's that?
That's one that I don't know which one I'd pick. Those are two phenomenal albums.
Oh, they really are. But I just thought they really got their stride as far as talking about cohesiveness as a band. I just thought, they were on fire.
You're probably right.
I mean, fucking Dave's fucking vocals are just insane on this fucking album. And great song. I mean, there's 3 or 4 songs that are still in their set list off that album. Like Watch the Children Play, Ton of Bricks. They usually open up with that one. Watch the Children Pray.
Yeah.
Start the Fire. I said that one already, but just loaded with fucking great songs. That's probably going to be a future review on Freeform. Kind of doing this Metal Church thing. I'm trying to get I'm spreading them apart, so we don't do like a whole bunch of them in a row, but they're one of my favorite bands, so I do like talking about them. So that's my number 10, Metal Church is Dark. All right, Mark, you're on next, man. Oh boy. You too?
No. October is a good album, but I like Boy better. Yeah, it's if you know my maniacal laugh, because you know what? There's nothing to fear but fear itself. Nothing to Fear by one of my favorite bands, my top 10 of all time, Oingo Boingo. I love this.
I knew that was coming.
Every song, Gray Matter.
I miss you too.
Insects, This is my
Me
private
too.
life, wild sex in a working class, running on a treadmill. Let's take the whole day off, nothing to fear but fear itself, islands, reptiles, and samurai. The whole album, not a skipper on it for me. So fucking great. I love
I'm
that.
really glad you feel that way, Mark.
Come on, man. I don't make fun of Ghost.
Yes,
Yeah,
you
you do all the fucking
what?
time.
Come on, man. What's wrong with wild sex in a working class? Come on. I love that
Not
album.
not my bag, baby.
There's nothing to fear but fear itself. Temperature's starting to drop. Temperature's starting to drop. Yeah, I love that fucking album. We did a review. Me and Lee did a review on his album. I love Only a Lad. Only a Lad's a great album, but they have a fucking horrible cover of Satisfaction on that album. But this album is like top to bottom. It's like perfect for me. I love it.
Cool.
Not a song I skip on here.
All right.
All right,
Your
who's
two lists.
Scribble.
Scribble? He picked Doc and Tooth and Nail,
Oh, okay.
and in Metal Mike, he picked Judas Priest, Sad Wings of Destiny.
Nice.
Yeah.
Number 9, Joe. Or yeah, Joe.
Yeah. Yep. So this is a band that I don't hate their debut album, but it is definitely a case of them not really knowing, or more importantly, the creative force of this band not really cohesively centering their sound yet. It was a lot of leftovers from his previous band, some stuff that he had written in the meantime. There's some great stuff on there, but not really the cohesive sound that they've become to be known for. But boy, did they figure it out by their second album. And that is Motorhead with Overkill. I mean, the debut Motorhead album has some really great moments on it, but it's not really a cohesive sound yet. This album is. I mean, the song Overkill, Stay Clean, I Won't Pay Your Price, Capricorn, No Class, Damage Case, Metropolis. I mean, so many songs that would come to be Motorhead classics are off this album. And this is really where, if you ask most Motorhead fans where they kind of came together as a band, it was on this album. Plus, the cover is just cool as hell. I mean,
Yeah.
like that is epic as fuck.
Yeah, it's awesome.
All right, Andy.
Yeah, my number 9. I also love their debut album, but their second one to me, and in fact, not only is it better than the first one, it's also my favorite by them. Grand Funk Red. This album rolls from beginning to end. The tracks on here got this thing on the move. Please don't worry. Paranoid. Not it's not a cover of Sabbath. It's a whole different song called Paranoid.
It came out first, I think.
Huh?
It
Yeah.
came out first, I
Oh yeah,
think.
you're right. It did come out first anyway. Yeah. And if y'all aren't too familiar with Grand Funk, dude, I'm telling you, this band jams. Be kind of careful, maybe in the mid '70s on, but late '60s, early '70s, the first 4 or 5, whoo, some badass.
Yeah,
badass.
Bruce Kelly plays with them now, doesn't he?
He
Not
quit last
anymore.
year.
He quit.
Oh, he quit. Oh,
Yeah,
but he did.
yeah. But the
He
real
did, yeah.
driving force of that band.
I saw
It's
Mark
not
Farner's
good.
Grand Funk. It's pretty good.
Oh well, yeah, he was the driving force. You know,
Yeah,
and
I saw him open up for Blue Oyster Cult at a swap meet.
I've
They're
never
they're
seen.
they're, they're a band that I'm trying to get more into.
Don't mention you saw a band at the swap meet, man.
The,
Don't
the,
do
the
that.
stuff I've heard I love, but like they're a band that I always forget to try to get more into.
Yeah,
Cool.
it took me a while. I was stubborn with them, but once I opened up, I was like, wow, man, I missed out. Well, I missed out because now I've got everything they've ever made. But yeah, they jam. A completist, gotta be.
Yeah. All right. Now, Mark mentioned Oingo Boingo, so allow me to retort. I'm going to go with Ghost's second album, Infestessium, man.
Ooh.
Great fucking album, dude. Monsters Clock, Year of Zero, man. It's a great fucking tune, man. Yeah, Body and Blood, just loaded with great fucking tunes, man. Tobias was actually on a roll with the songwriting, in my opinion, on this one. I think it's one of his better written albums. And they did I'm a Marionette, a cover of who else but ABBA. Mark
Well,
should like that.
that was originally on the EP.
Yeah, it's also it was on like the deluxe
On the
edition.
if you have Ghost EP.
Yeah. But
That's
Secular
actually
Haze, all
yeah.
loaded with great fucking tunes.
That's
They
actually the
still
one
do.
Ghost album that I'm not huge on.
Really.
Yeah,
I think it's better than
better than Opus.
Yeah, I like that one better. I like Elizabeth. That's a cool tune, but
Yeah, I mean, there's some
were,
great songs on it, but I think Opus is better.
Yeah.
And for me, my favorite Ghost is the last couple.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think the last three, Meliora.
Yeah, I'm more of a fan of the pop Ghost, honestly.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
That's my.
Hey,
that's
I said Dance Macabre is a song that every fucking band in the '80s wish they could have wrote. Sorry.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I love Ghost. Going to see them again this year, so fucking A, dude.
That's a band that I do need to give another shot to. I really do.
Yeah.
Their last few albums are just so good. I mean,
they really are.
He has the songwriting down so much. I mean, you listen to something like Spillways off the last album. It's just one of the catchiest songs you'll ever hear, and like the
very poppy,
and the kind of instrumentation, the arrangement is just so. It's great. I mean, it's not something you'd expect from the band that wrote Conclave Con Dio 15
or
years
Rats
ago.
or fucking Cerise or something
Faith.
like that. Yeah.
I mean, Faith is such
dude.
a
Faith is
song.
a jammer, dude. That's a
my
fucking
god,
rocker,
I love that
dude.
song.
This how it starts out.
Yeah,
just fucking yeah.
And then you hear something like what's that song off prequel, the one about Don't You Forget About Dying. Oh, what's that song called?
Yeah, Don't You Forget About Dying.
Yeah.
Don't
I mean,
one
of the most morbid ballads of all time.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Oh, Rats. What a great fucking song
Yeah.
that is, too, dude. Yeah. Great. Yeah. I love Ghost. I don't care what anybody says. Love them.
Me too.
I didn't care for that new cover album they came out. I did like the Genesis song. I thought they did a great job.
That's the only cover that I liked.
Yeah, I didn't mind Phantom of the Opera either. I didnn't mind that.
Oh, I hated that cover so much.
Yeah, I didn't mind it, man. Of course, like I said,
that's one of my favorite. That's one of my favorite Iron Maiden songs.
What's that, Andy?
Out of it. Well, you being such a Maiden fan,
yeah, I liked it. So
I thought they took the soul out of it.
I didn't think so at all. I think musically it sounds exactly the same. Actually, it might sound a little bit better because Iron Maiden's production, their first album was pretty.
That's true, but I think
that was
that song so much.
That was the appeal of that album.
Yeah.
If it was glamorized and touched up or whatever, probably wouldn't sound as good. So, yeah, I hear you. But yeah, anyway,
I'm just gonna say Deanna loses because Bruce Dickinson's solo stuff was way better than Deanna's. There you go.
That is true. I will give you that.
Yep.
Speaking of Bruce Dickinson,
for Accident of Birth and Chemical Wedding alone,
and speaking of Bruce Dickinson, Project.
Yeah. They got an SNL special about that skit. Actually, a whole documentary about how that
just about the more cowbell.
Yeah, more cowboy.
Yeah, I was telling you guys about that in the chat group. That was fucking amazing. And BOC,
I didn't see that.
Yeah, 2 members of BOC are even in there talking about it.
I can guarantee you. I can guarantee you I know which two.
How they messed up the members. They were dressed wrong and they were doing the wrong members.
And everybody was claiming a responsibility for the cowbell.
Yeah, the producers.
I did it. No, he did it. No, I did it.
I know what he came up with it. Yeah, that's funny.
I bet you anything. It was probably just Al Bouchard just doing something.
Yeah.
All right, Mark.
All right. Well, now I'm going to get into something that maybe everybody likes on here. Billy Squires, Don't Say No. His first album, Tale of the Tape, was fucking really good. But Don't Say No is his go-to album from everybody. In the dark.
That's the one everybody thinks is his debut album.
I did.
2 days gone. Tale of the Tape is really good. It's got the big beat, Calio. It's got some great. The whole album's really good, but it doesn't. It doesn't compare to this one. The big beat is used by a lot of hip hop artists.
I think it's the most sampled song of all time.
Yeah, it kind of is. But there's only one song in it that I don't like on this album. It's a skipper. It's the one about John Lennon. I hate that fucking song. What is it? Let me see. I got it right here. Nobody Knows. I hate that song. The rest of the album's fucking fire, except for Nobody Knows. But Don't Say No, Billy Squires' second album is on fire. I love it.
I'll agree with you on that one.
Yeah,
I didn't think about it right down, but I agree with you on that one.
Yeah.
All right, other list, Mark.
All right, so we go to Scribble. His number 9 is POD Satellite, which is a good album, man. That's a great pick. I do
I
like.
don't really. I
That's
don't
the
know.
only that's
I
the
don't know
only
them.
CD.
I know some songs by them. I don't know really many of their albums.
The only CD I have by them, in fact, is Satellite. It's a great album. I do like. They're a Christian like rap rock band.
Mhm.
Pretty cool. I like
They,
them.
they did Rey Mysterio's theme song in WWE.
Mhm.
Oh, really? All right.
Yeah, the Booyaka song. That's them.
And then Metal Mike goes Iron Maiden Killers.
That'll show up on my list later.
Made my
I
honorable
bet.
mentions.
All right, number 8, Joseph.
Well, I beat Mark to it, but I don't know if this is going to be on his list or not because I don't know how he feels about the ranking of these two albums. But in my opinion, I think Fly By Night is way better than the debut Rush album.
Oh, I
I
agree.
think it. I think
I think so too.
I think it blows it out of the water. I am not. We've established this before that I know it's going to be later on your list, Mark. We've established before that I'm not the biggest fan of the first Rush album. I like a couple songs on it, but I think it's a little bit. It's definitely a band that didn't quite know where they would end up going. This album is Anthem, Beneath, Between, Behind, By a Tour and the Snow Dog, the song Fly By Night. In the end, just this is such a evolution from where they were on the first album. It barely even sounds like the same band, and that just shows you the influence, the immediate influence that Neil Peart had when he came in the band. So, I mean, just a amazing album, blows the first album out of the water, in my opinion.
You know, and that's why people love Neil Peart so much. Not just because he's number one of the best drummers of all time, one of the great lyricists, but also he turned that band full 180.
Mm-hmm.
He did what they wanted to do. They wanted to be progressive, yes.
Yep.
And if they would have kept on going without him, they would not have gone that much farther. They would have just been another rock band that died down in the late 70s with a handful of albums.
Yep.
But Neil Peart made them an iconic band of all time. My number 8, I am going to go with the number 2 album by Bachman Turner Overdrive. I'm pulling out a lot of stuff that I usually don't talk about, but I love Bachman Turner Overdrive. I think they're a really good, not quite hard rock band. Remember, we coined this term the other day, mid rock band. So, to me, they're a really good mid rock band. The songwriting is, I don't want to call middle of the road, but very workman like type of work. It's a really good.
It's a very blue class rock and roll or blue collar rock and roll.
Yeah, exactly. Blue collar rock and roll, and they did it very well. The songs that stick out here, of course, is "Let It Ride" and the closer, "Taking Care of Business," which was a big hit for them. But Bachman Turner Overdrive 2, I tend to lean more towards their third album, not Fragile. Not Fragile is the baddest album beginning to end, but this was better than their debut. So Bachman Turner Overdrive with 2.
Cool. All right, mine is Queen 2. Got to go with Queen 2 on that one.
I love you on that one.
I love the concept, you got the white side and the black side instead of side A and side B, stuff like that. And I think the black side, Freddie wrote basically the whole second side. And I thought that his was much better. I mean, fucking Ogre Battle, March of the Black Queen, Seven Seas of Rye, great fucking tunes, man. I like Queen, their debut album. It wasn't a complete album for me, but Queen 2 I could listen to from start to finish, man. I love that fucking album. And the March of the Black Queen, I love that song. I love the dual vocals between Freddie and
Roger.
No, Roger Taylor. Thank you. God, I can't remember names for shit lately. I'm losing it up here. But yeah, I mean, you really think Queen's debut is better than Queen 2?
Yes, I do.
Mark?
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Queen 1 is my favorite album by them. Keep Yourself Alive, dude. Come on.
It's a great song. Absolutely.
It's a great song.
Alive. Fucking
Liar.
My Fairy King, Liar. Fucking great album, man. I love that fucking album.
On Queen 2, the song Brian May sings, But someday, one
Someday,
day, I
one
think it's
day.
called. I don't really care for that one too much, but the rest of them I think are pretty
But
solid
Queen
tracks.
2 is metal.
It
If you
is.
think
Yeah.
about it, it's more
It
metal.
is.
But I'm more into the rock Queen. I like Queen 2 a lot. I have it on vinyl. I don't have Queen 1 on vinyl. I need to get that fucker on vinyl because that's
Just
my
don't get
favorite.
the new one.
Oh yeah, we talked
Right.
about that. No, I don't want that.
What's wrong with the new one?
They
It's
remixed
horrible.
the whole
Production
album and it sounds
sucks.
like shit.
Yeah, it does.
Really?
They used AI on Freddie's vocals. That's all I gotta say.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
It was
wow.
bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not a Queen fan, and that's appalling.
Yeah.
It's
Hey,
still not as bad
Roger-
as Roger Waters' Dark Side of the Moon, though. It's still not
Oh.
great.
I listened to 3 songs on that Queen remix. I go,
That was
oh my
terrible.
God.
Roger
God
Taylor
I
completely
couldn't finish
re-recorded
them.
the drums,
No.
and they used AI to pitch correct Freddie's vocals, which
And
they had been doing for years on live albums, but not nearly to
they
this extent.
put fucking Freddie's vocals down in the mix and put the
Yeah.
drums higher. It's like fucking what the fuck is this shit?
It was
A
awful.
reporter asked John Deacon about it. He was walking by. He didn't even fucking respond to the question what he thought about it. So yeah, I mean, it was
To be
terrible.
fair, he probably hasn't heard it.
True. Yeah, I mean, he's been gone from the
He's still
business.
making
Whatever.
money.
He's just out walking the sidewalk
Pretty
smoking
much.
cigarettes.
He gets that tour money.
You see,
Oh,
I just
he gets bucks, man.
Right.
Still, don't get me wrong. Yeah. All right, go ahead, Mark.
Oh yeah. If you guys know me, I love this band. I love Lou Gramm. I love the first Foreigner debut album. But Double Vision
Oh, absolutely.
is my favorite fucking Foreigner album. With Blue Morning, Blue Day is my all-time
Oh,
favorite.
absolutely.
My favorite, Love Has Taken Its Toll, Double Vision, Hot Blooded. The album is just so fucking top.
I thought
to
Blue
bottom.
Morning was off 4, wasn't it?
No, that's
No.
off of Double
What?
Vision.
Okay,
Blue
I
Morning,
It's off
Blue
Double
Day.
Vision.
All right.
That is my
Cool.
all-time favorite fucking Foreigner song, dude. It's like, Blue Morning,
Blue
Blue
Day.
Day, won't you see things my way? Blue Morning, can't you see what you love?
I really love the first album though. I might.
I love the first album too. It's got lots of great songs, but this is the first rock album I got into, so maybe it's timeline.
That's fair. That's fair.
It's timeline.
I just think the songwriting on the first album's better.
Oh, dude, Blue Morning, Blue Day, Love Has
Well, no,
Taken
it's an
Its
amazing
Toll.
album. I love Double Vision. I mean, the song Double Vision, Blue Morning, Hot Blooded. I just think some of the deep cuts I think on the first album are better than the stuff on
Oh,
Double
really?
Vision. I love both of them though. Those first 3 albums are amazing.
I love 4 too, man.
I love some of the stuff off 4. If I never hear Jukebox Hero or Waiting for a Girl Like You ever
man.
again,
You
I
got
will be
You're
happy.
All I Am, Back Where You Belong, Double Vision, Tamratane, great instrumental. I've Waited So Long. Lonely Children's a fucking banger.
I mean-
Spellbinder, dude.
you got Star Rider and Head Knocker on the first
Yeah, but
album.
Spellbinder.
Full for You
dude.
Anyway.
Spellbinder. It's fucking great. Lonely Children. Lonely Children on the Run. Don't.
Let's just say this: they're 2 amazing albums.
Fuck yeah. But
I like
I'm
that.
gonna
Lonely Children. Doink, 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 doink. I like that, Mark. That was pretty good.
the guitar solo. Dun, 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 dun. I love that. All right, so now we're on Scribbly. Scribbly picked an album I don't fucking know. Cat Stevens' New Masters.
I don't know what his debut is, but
I don't know Cat Stevens. I know 2 songs by Cat Stevens. And then he went to Yusuf, and then he's got a death.
Oh,
Hang on,
baby, it's a
Yeah, but
I like the Mr. Big version better.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Cat Stevens.
no.
Cat Stevens is
Well,
Yeah.
Father to Son by Cat Stevens is a really good song too. I like that.
There's a much better father to son, but
Oh yeah, on Queen, Queen 1,
2.
2. Oh, that's on 2. My bad. All right, go ahead.
Son and daughters on Queen 1.
Oh, son and daughter. See, I knew there was a son. Okay, then we get to I don't fucking like this album, Metal Mike, and you know I don't, but a lot of you motherfuckers like this band. Merciful Fate, Don't Break the Oath.
That's a fucking classic. That's still their
God,
best
that's
album,
good.
in my opinion.
God,
Yeah.
that's good.
That's a game changer album right there, dude.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm surprised he put it so
Metalhead,
low, actually. Yeah.
Right? Well, what he has 1 and 2, you're not going to be surprised. So
Honestly, the only reason I didn't put it on my list is because I go back and forth between that and Melissa because they're both such great albums. I think Don't Break the Oath and Melissa. Like I said, most of my list is albums where the second album is like leagues ahead of the first album. But those two albums are just like two of the greatest 80s metal albums, in my opinion.
All right, Joseph, number 7, dude.
All right. So this is a band that I do like the first album. There's a lot of stuff off the first album I really like, but it's a band that I don't think really solidified their sound. They were still playing around with stuff on the first album. They were still touring. They had kind of ironed a lot of stuff out. And then they came out with their second album, and it was a solidified sound. And Jerry stole my thunder. Queen 2.
Sorry.
I mean, honestly, I didn't think anybody else was going to pick this. But yeah, Queen 2 is just like everything Jerry said. I completely agree with. I mean,
I've been talking about them all week on Freeform.
That's true.
So it had to
That
been
is
on my
true.
list.
That's true. The concept of this album, the black side, the white side,
Yeah.
opening up with Father to Son, White Queen. I mean, a beautiful ballad.
The theatrics of Queen were emerging off this.
This is where it really came together.
Yeah.
I mean, like the cover and everything, like that's theatrical right there.
Yeah.
And then of course, like Jerry said, side 2 is possibly my favorite side of Queen ever. I mean, Ogre Battle, Fairy Feller's Masterstroke, Nevermore, March of the Black Queen, Funny How Love Is, Seven Seas of Rye.
Yeah. Freddie was
That
on
is
fire.
just
The songwriting on that album, man. I mean,
that is Queen right there. There was hints of that on the first album, Son and Daughter, Keep Yourself Alive, Liar. But there was stuff on the first album.
My Fairy King.
But there's stuff on the first album that's just like not fully developed yet. This is where I think it all came together for them, and it was only up from there. You got Sheer Heart Attack, Night at the Opera after this. You got
Day at the Races.
News of the World later after that just really developed them into more of a straight ahead rock band.
And then you got Hot Poop.
Yeah, you do. But this is Queen at the height of their like
chat.
This is Queen at the height of their theatrical, progressive, hard rock. I mean, this is just for anyone who doesn't realize all the different things that Queen can do, it's all on this album.
That's me right there. I don't know.
They beautiful ballads, progressive epics, hard and fast songs, pop songs. Like everything is on this album. If there's anyone out there that doesn't really, not even necessarily you, Andy, but like anyone who's not a huge Queen fan that doesn't really like that knows the hits maybe, but that doesn't really like know everything that Queen is, this is the album that I always recommend because it's just it's so. A lot of people don't realize, like if you're not a big Queen fan, a lot of people don't realize that this is what Queen can do. Because this is so different from what they ended up becoming later, especially in the 80s. Because this is a progressive album.
It wasn't a hit making that. It wasn't a hit album. It wasn't
the only thing off this album that was a hit was Seven Seas of Rye, and that was just because it ended up being on their greatest hits album. It wasn't even a huge hit,
right?
But there's just so much on this album that I mean, March of the Black Queen alone covers at least 5 genres. Like I could never stop singing the praises of this album. This is one of my favorite albums of all time.
Oh wow, okay.
This is just in general.
It is a great album. I just like the first.
This is just an album that I can put on and just have a great time.
I could put on all the albums up to Night at the Opera and love them, and then after that they go a little bit longer.
In different ways, though. I mean, like there's definitely this is for me this is just something a little bit above that. Like this is just an album that just there's something about this album. I don't know what it is, but there's just something special about this album.
$17 at Target. They got this one for sale. Green Hit.
I saw that. I want to pick that up. I went on and I was going to look it up because they got some great stuff on there. It's all the 80s stuff. I love some of those songs.
Well, maybe I'll check it out over the weekend because I do have Queen 2 and I do have Sheer Heart Attack.
Those are my 2 favorite Queen albums, right there.
And then after that, I got a couple of compilations.
A Day at the Races won the poll, by the way. I'm buying that one next.
I got that one over here used.
I have all their albums on CD, but I have a couple on vinyl. I don't have. I bought Innuendo on vinyl because I found it for pretty cheap a couple years ago.
Made in Heaven and fucking the Miracle are expensive.
Yeah,
Miracle rules. I love that
that is
album.
such an underrated album. I mean,
It's fucking great.
I
I
love the
want it
song that nobody
all.
likes, and I like Invisible Man. Oh,
I
damn.
love that song.
Oh, you do?
Catchy as
That
hell.
bass line? That bass
Yeah.
line's so good.
Ba-dum, ba-dum,
Oh, I'm the invisible, missable, visible man. I love that.
Scandal. Was it
Scandal,
all
yeah.
worth it?
That guitar. I like that fucking song.
Breakthrough is one of my favorite Queen
Oh
songs.
yeah, I love that song. Was it all worth
Anyway,
it? Yeah.
Hey, Andy, you're up next, man.
Yeah, it's already been mentioned by Metal Mike, but the first album I'm not a big fan of. Even if I listen to it again, I don't think I'll be that big fan of it. But Sin After Sin. Wait, no, I'm
Sad
so sorry.
Wings.
Sad Wings
Sad
of Destiny.
Destiny. I love this album cover, man, by Judas Priest.
So metal.
You know, this is a great album. Tyrant, Genocide, Dreamer, Deceiver, Ripper, Victim of Change. Dude, this is so good. This is really, to me, the beginning of Judas Priest. So, Sad Wings of Destiny. All right, go ahead, Jerry.
All right, I am going to go with my favorite album by these guys, and that is "Get Your Wings" by Aerosmith. Man,
Yeah.
what a great fucking! It has my favorite song, "Seasons of Wither," which is fucking one of the best songs ever written, in my opinion. You know, "Lord of the Thighs," same old song and dance, "Pandora's Box." I mean, "Woman of the World," just loaded with fucking great tunes, dude. Talking about a fucking breakthrough album, in my opinion, dude. That one to me just, I mean, I did like their debut. The debut was a little flat at times, but man,
Very,
this
very hit
album,
and miss.
yes. But when get your wings, man, fucking, they got it rolling. The train kept it rolling, man, off this fucking album, dude. And it's still, like I said, they were doing Seasons of Wither live, and people were getting up and like going to the bathroom and shit like that. I'm like, dude.
That's crazy. Like
That's what I hate about some of these people that go to concerts. They're just here for the hits. They're not really fans of the band, really.
Yeah, we're
They're just
always there
fans
for
of
the deep tracks. We want to hear those deep tracks.
Styx was the same way. I gotta see Styx right now. Something new comes up, and people just go, bathroom, get something to eat. I do that when Crash the Crown songs come up, but
of course
uh,
you do, Jerry.
yeah, I mean, get your wings, dude. What more can you talk about that album? I mean, that we haven't talked about on previous shows, dude. This is an absolute fucking great debut album, sophomore album, man. So, yeah, get your wings. Mark, you're next, man.
Mark is going to go for Foo Fighters, The Color and the Shape. I hated the first album.
Almost
Dig
with
me to talk
I
about
hate it. I love fucking Monkey Wrench. The fucking album is just fucking great. All like Monkey Wrench, Wind Up,
You
My
don't
Poor
like Big Me,
Brain.
dude?
Big Me sucks.
I like the video. The video was for they made fun of the
Yeah.
Mentos commercial. That was pretty funny.
Everlong is fucking amazing. One of my favorite Foo Fighters songs of all time. Not the fucking acoustic version. I hate
I like the acoustic version.
No, Everlong with the fucking where he's slapping in
I
the
like
video.
them both.
Fucking
No,
love
you know what
the
pisses
fucking-
me the hell off is the
What?
way they do My Hero live now.
How do they do that?
Dave Grohl does it acoustic solo for the first half of the song. When I saw them live last summer, I was so fucking pissed off.
Why
Oh,
do you
yeah.
That's one
fucking
of my-
ruin songs with acoustic?
That is one of my favorite Foo Fighter songs.
Yeah,
And that
doing
he
that
did it.
fucking intro. Woohoo.
He did it like half acoustic, and then literally the only thing they did with the full band was where it goes into double time at the end. That was it. I was so pissed off because that's one of my favorite. Honestly, one of the less impressive concerts I've ever been to. I was not a huge fan when I saw them live.
Yeah, I every time I heard the fucking I think it was the K-Rock Acoustic Christmas, they did that Everlong version, and it's like, no.
Yeah.
I like the oomph of that song. Dun 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 dun, the guitar. Wah, wah, and it's like the drums by Taylor Hawkins on that fucking song. It's like acoustic, it just takes away the power for me.
It really does, yeah.
I don't like it. And I love that album. I can listen to that album, the whole thing, front, top. The first album, I like a couple songs, and then I don't really go back to it. I don't like it. This is the call. I think this is the call is the only one I like on that album, really.
You see, I like their debut more because their debute's shorter and it's punchier to me.
It's just Dave Grohl, though.
Yeah, I know. That's what Foo Fighters is. Dave Grohl.
Well, Taylor Hawkins added a lot to that band, and so did the guitar player. So,
Just tell you.
All right,
All
Mark.
right.
What about the?
Scribbly. He went to Dean Martin, Swinging Down Yonder. I have no
That's
idea.
Scribble. Yeah.
That is very scribble.
I love Dean Martin, but I don't know any of his albums.
I guarantee, Mark, I guarantee you, I can guess Scribble's number one right now.
Well, I could too before I saw it. So yeah, you probably can.
The only thing I know about Dean Martin was that he
Does that have a
paid,
former member of Metallica in it?
Does it? I that's what I would guess.
he paid
Maybe.
Cannonball.
You don't know Dean Martin from Martin and Lewis movies? Fucking great shit, dude.
Oh no,
Cannonball Run, dude.
Or when the sun hits your face like a big pizza pie, that's amore.
This is
I
what I
thought-
know Dean Martin from.
Yeah, Dean Martin rules. Great. A Cannonball Run, dude. The original Ocean's 12, Ocean's 11, Ocean's 11. Dean
The
Martin, and
roast,
Jerry
fucking
Lewis,
the masters of the
Celebrity
roast.
Rose.
Man, were awesome.
Dean Martin.
Yeah.
He's a whiskey drinker. I love that fucker.
He was
Love
always
Dean
fucking
Martin.
wasted.
Yeah,
I love Dean Martin for everything but his music.
I love his music. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I thought their group was cool, but I was never a huge fan of like Sinatra or
Mhm.
Sammy Davis or
Yeah, same here. Yeah.
I like Bob.
Sammy
Rat-
Davis. Sammy Davis was on the best episode of All in the Family, though.
That
will
is
say
true.
Yeah. But then we go to metal. Mike, he picked Alice in Chains Dirt. Great pick, Mike.
Mm.
That's
Oh, yeah.
good. I almost picked that one.
That was one I considered, but it's again, that's one that I love the first album so much. It's like it wasn't enough of a difference between how much I love the second album from how much I love the first album.
You know, I'm in the middle of reading a book called Dean and Me, which is written by Jerry Lewis, and it's
That's
about
cool.
it's about their relationship and their friendship. But Jerry did say that towards the end, when he saw him like almost 20 years in between, he said he just saw a man that was a shell of himself. He was just a drunk, and everything that he loved and admired about Dean Martin, he said it wasn't there anymore. I mean, it was just, he said that the business ate him up. And Jerry was always more of an upright kind of, because Jerry Lewis to me, because I'm a big comedy guy. I love Jerry Lewis. I just, his movies just, and then I would stay up late to watch his telethons and stuff like that. So it's a very good book because he really doesn't put down Dean Martin like at all. It's more of a fond love book for an older brother is what it is. And then speaking of, I got the Alex Van Halen audiobook on hold right now. I'm just waiting for it to be released because I'm doing audiobooks through the library. So
I listened to Alex Van Halen audiobook because I get one free a month on Amazon, and that was a good book, really good. And it's funny because Eddie Trunk even said, "Oh, he's not talking shit about Eddie Sammy at all." So
He didn't talk anything about Sammy.
no, he didn't. So it's
and I really don't want to,
Which is just as good.
But I don't want to hear mudslinging.
No.
We get that all the time in everything we read every day of our lives. I want to hear something, you know.
I don't know. I like a good.
It was a
plane
good
crash
book.
every now
You'll enjoy it, Andy. It was really good.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
I guess that was too unsensitive to me to see a good plane crash because all the plane crashes nowadays. But I like a good.
A really good book is listen to that Steve Gorman Black Crowes.
I like a good smear fest every now and then. I have to.
Oh, Steve Gorman doesn't pull punches on that Black Crowes book. Really good.
Anyway.
All right. Number 6, Joseph.
All right. So, Jerry, for a second, can you relate to the audience the phrase that you used to describe the song "The Trees" by Rush?
Fuck you.
There's the trees that end the trouble in the forest. Hobbit sex.
That is the term that I would use to describe the first album by this band. I find it to be extremely overrated. I don't like this album at all. There's one or two songs that I really like, but I find the hits off of it that everyone talks about all the time to be extremely irritating. And then they put this out.
Oh, yeah.
Great one.
One of the greatest heavy albums of all time. Stargazer, Tarot Woman, Light in the Black, Don't Close Your Eyes, Run with the Wolf, Starstruck. Just 6 perfect songs. If I never hear Man on the Silver Mountain or 16th Century Greensleeves again, I will die a happy man.
Love those songs though.
I
Man.
hate those songs with a burning passion. I think that they're all just.
I'm the man on the silver.
I like Man on the Silver Mountain. I never need to hear it again. I think 16th Century Green Sleeves is one of the worst songs
The
ever.
beer commercial song.
The best album is fucking Long Live Rock and Roll.
I love that album.
Yeah.
This is better. This is one of the greatest albums of the 70s, in my opinion.
I
Amazing album.
I do have that on
Stargazer is my favorite Rainbow album. My favorite Rainbow song.
and the cover
Amazing.
that Dream Theater did of Stargazer is amazing.
Great cover. Great cover. But this was not a step up from the debut album. This is a flight of stairs up from the debut album. I think this is really the band kind of coming together, especially Dio and Blackmore just really melding their powers together and putting out one of the greatest albums of the 70s, Rainbow Rising.
By the way, disclaimer here, if this is your first time listening to the show, I made fun of the trees. I like 99 out of 100 Rush songs, okay? That's just one song of Rush I don't like. So I don't need
Kiss
emails.
fans are not Kiss fans.
I don't need 10 reasons why I like that song. It's just one song that
Rush fans.
I like Rush. I'm a Rush fan.
I just wanted to use your description of that song to describe the first Rainbow album.
When he talks,
that is a perfect description of the first Rainbow.
But when
album.
he sings the song, he sounds like he's Irish.
That is true.
Because I was trying to do Hobbit stuff.
That is true.
It's only the beginning of the song. That sounds like.
I thought Hobbits were more Cockney.
Anyway,
I don't know. I don't fucking watch those movies.
Rainbow Rising.
Good one.
All right, Andy, you're up next, man.
I'll be right back.
But you're so right about that album, Joseph. The debut album's pretty spotty. Now, when they did that one and Long Live Rock, whoo-hoo, and then the live one by Rainbow, oh my God. Wow. My next one, I am going to go with their debut album was all right, but this was phenomenally. I mean, this crushed the world and introduced them to the world. More of the Monkees. Fantastic album. Dude, everyone's going to know these songs. She, Mary, Mary.
Mary, Mary. Why you bugging?
I'm not your stepping stone. Look out, here comes tomorrow. Sometime in the morning, I'm a believer. The kind of girl I could love. Dude, this is great.
A lot of songs out there show on that album.
Yeah, a lot of them. So,
at least two.
It's funny. I got that album cover, but it's got the Beach Boys in there for some reason.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a great album, man.
I know. I was so depressed. I love the Beach Boys, but I wanted to hear that album.
So it's my turn. Again, thrash fans are going to probably crucify me for this one. Because, what the hell was that? That didn't sound good.
It's all right.
Haunt in the Chapel was a thrash masterpiece, but I always thought Hell Awaits was better.
Wasn't that an EP though? Haunt in the Chapel.
Haunt in the Chapel. Well,
no, you mean Show No Mercy.
Show No Mercy. Haunt in the Chapel. Show No Mercy. Thank you. Because they did the EP, then they did a live album, and then they did their second album.
They did Hell Awaits, yeah.
Right. They did Hell. Excuse me, so I got confused there, which is nothing new because I'm half drunk and I'm tired. But yeah, it's got that fucking Jeff Hanneman classic "Harden of the Arteries" on it, man.
Cheers to the Jack Daniels.
Yeah, man. Fucking necrophiliac.
I finished the bottle.
Crypts of Eternity, Praise of Death, just loaded with thrash masterpiece. And they're long. Some of these songs are actually kind of long. I mean, Slayer's got a reputation of writing slow. I mean, not slow songs, but short songs. But this album, they got like 6-minute songs and 7-minute songs, I think. This is a great fucking album. It's a Jeff Hanneman, man. His writing on this album, I think it is his best writing in Slayer, man. It's just incredible lyrics, incredible riffs, man. Yeah, man. Definitely. Hell Awaits by Slayer is my number. What are we on? Number 6?
I'm on 7, 6. I don't know.
I'm on 6. Yeah.
Speaking of Jack Daniels, Rocklahoma tickets go on sale tomorrow.
I'm surprised how affordable they are. I was really happy about that. So
yeah, very affordable
for 3 days of music, 200 and something. I mean, 300.
Damn, I would go there if I had.
I know.
I'll fly Frontier. No,
I told you, Mark. Let's go. Let's hang out.
I know, but I was in the middle of divorce next year. I'll probably do some stuff like that.
I need to save up for it. I was looking at plane tickets. I don't think I'll be able to make it
We
this
should
year.
we should all do like a GoFundMe. Go fund us. We give you free entertainment. Pay us to go to shows, and we'll record it for you.
No, but maybe it's something we can do next year. Find a festival and meet up to it.
That M3 thing.
Hey,
Cool.
come to
Yeah,
California.
you guys got
They
to come
one in
visit
the
me in
desert.
M3. I'm there every year.
Oh yeah, I would love to go to M3.
Yeah.
Especially with Piercy and fucking DeMartini. Damn, I'd love to
Mhm.
see that shit. Especially Cavazzo there. Yeah, so it's
All right,
my
Mark.
turn, right? Somebody
Yes,
already
sir.
brought up, Jerry, you already brought up Get Your Wings, Aerosmith. Great fucking, it's way better than the first album. Even though do you like the first album,
I do too.
the production quality on the first album is not as good as the second album. Those songs on the first album are way better live. And this song on a studio album is just as good as live. So it's Get Your Wings is just, I can't leave out Aerosmith, one of my all-time favorite bands of all time, man. And then we get to Scribbly Dibbly. Jerry, he's with you on this one, buddy. What do you think he picked? It's one you already picked.
Slayer?
Huh?
Slayer?
No?
What can't be Ghosts?
Metal Church the Dark.
Oh,
I can't believe you didn't get that one. You said Slayer. You should have went to Metal Church next. Come on, man. And then I agree with
hit you
Metal
like
Mike
a
on
ton of bricks.
I agree with
Ton
Metal
of
Mike on this.
bricks.
I do love Cowboys from Hell, but Vulgar Display of Power by Pantera. That's fucking their fucking Sergeant Pepper's.
Wait,
So
what?
I'm sorry.
their best album.
Did you just compare any Pantera albums? First of all, I hate that comparison because Sgt. Pepper is not the best Beatles album in
It
any
isn't.
universe
It isn't.
ever.
It isn't. But that's like the album that like
It's their most important album.
yeah, that's their most important album right there.
But that's not their second album.
Vulgar,
It's not.
well, it is with what's his name?
No, it's not. It's their third album with him.
Well, he fucked up then, didn't he?
Yeah,
I didn't make the list. Metal Mike, you fucked up, bitch.
it's their second album on that label.
But that's their fifth album. It's
Yeah.
not their fifth.
No, it's their sixth
Is it their
Because
sixth?
they're a completely different band.
because they did three albums with Glaze, and that was their third album with Phil.
Okay. I thought it was only two with him, and then Phil
Mm-mm.
came.
No, they
No,
had
they did Metal Magic, Projects in the Jungle, and one other one, and then it was Power Metal with Phil,
With Phil.
Cowboys, and then
Cowboys.
Vulgar
Metal
Display.
Mike fucked up.
Womp womp.
And
It
he's
was
Metal Mike.
it was their second major label album.
Yeah.
None of their early stuff. Was on any
Maybe
major
he
label.
would have explained this better if he was on here.
Yeah, probably. It was
Yeah.
their second major label album, but
I love you, Metal Mike.
they certainly don't play anything off of the early albums live. But
Yeah.
Are you guys gonna go see Pantera with Armand, whatever it is?
I saw him last year. I don't need to see him again.
Yeah, I don't need to see the boat.
I saw him 2023 with Lamb of God.
Ooh, I hate Lamb of God.
I hate Lamb of God with a passion.
Oh,
And
I
that was
hate
actually the
band.
second time I saw Lamb of God.
They're going to be at Rock
they opened
Oklahoma.
yeah, they are.
Who is?
Lamb of God.
Ew.
I didn't see them on a Rock.
I thought they were headlining one of the days. I could be wrong.
Randy Blythe is like one of the worst singers I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, I'm not a Lamb of God fan at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I saw Pantera like 5 times with Dime, so I don't need to see them.
Oh, so good. Well, you're in Texas, no wonder.
Saw
Yeah.
them once.
They were everywhere.
I saw both Lamb of God and Amon Amarth open for Slayer on the farewell tour.
Ooh, Amon Amarth, man. What a great band they are.
They're opening for Pantera.
They opened
Everyone
for
got
Ghost
down on the
last
ground.
year.
Everyone got
Did they
down
do
on the
the
ground
row?
and did the Viking
Hey, you know what
growl.
I'm excited about? Judas Priest has finally got a good opening band again with Queensryche.
Queensrÿche has been opening for them for like the last 5 years.
Yeah, but they had some other stupid band that opened for them the last tour. I didn't like it.
But they didn't. But that's not official. It's not touring America yet. It was like one show in South America.
I would like to see Queensryche and Judas Priest again.
They did
I've
that
seen them
like
twice.
2 years ago.
I seen them with Eddie Conestracci and I seen them with my friend Daniel. That's pretty cool. And Vincent Cavanaugh.
Anyway, next.
All right. Joseph, you're next, man.
So this is an album on my list that I actually don't love this album, but I think it's still in an entirely different universe from this band's debut album, and that is Trespass by Genesis. Their debut album is garbage. It is there's not much anything else I can describe. It's garbage. It's this weird like fairy music. It's not good. This is a huge step in the right direction. Still, this doesn't have Phil Collins or Steve Hackett on it. They didn't come till the next album, but this was like a huge step in the right direction for them. Stuff like White Mountain, Stagnation, and then The Knife was like their big song from this album. Just a huge step in the right direction for Genesis after the first album. This is kind of what set them on the direction that they would then kind of really excel at with the next album, Nursery Crime. But this is one of the biggest steps up, in my opinion, from a first album to a second album from any band.
Night and day, dude. Night and day. Big time. Night and day. I remember when I found the debut on vinyl, I was so excited. When I turned it on, I was like, what the fuck?
It is so
I think
bad.
I heard that. I heard
It
a couple
is
songs
so
out
bad.
that, and I go, "This sucks." I didn't finish
It's so bad, dude.
It is one of. It is honestly. It is one of the worst albums from a big band I've ever heard in my life.
You know, we're all big Genesis fans except Jerry.
Yeah.
Jerry likes him. Jerry likes him.
He likes him, but he's not as huge as we are.
No,
correct.
He's working on it.
I couldn't do that 4-hour show you guys did. I have to admit that.
That's okay. It was certainly a time.
Hey, the downloads of that finally went over the Sabotage. It's 237 for that now.
Awesome.
Good. It was.
I still don't know what Mooger thinks about that album.
Neither do I. He sounded like he liked it, right? Did it sound like he liked it?
Literally every song. I like it. I hate it.
Yeah.
I don't know what he thinks.
I love it. It's not my cup of tea.
But then he says this is something that metal did. Tool.
Anyway,
Tool,
whatever.
You know,
anyway.
like,
number 5, Joseph.
I just picked one.
Number 4.
Yeah.
My fuck up.
My next one. I used to. I love this band, and when I used to have a man bun, I would listen to.
You had a man bun?
Folk rock.
You're making fun of me there.
I am not, Mark. How's
Mumford
that?
and Sons? Was it Mumford and Sons? What is it?
Oh no.
Dawes. Nothing is wrong.
Is that folk metal? Folk alt folk?
This is alternative folk rock.
Oh, okay. I think I did like a couple songs from that.
This is a great album. This was their 10th anniversary, and it's pretty cool because the color of the vinyl is like a clear white. And I was a little upset because when I was looking at the tracks, they don't have but 2 songs are left off of here, which is the 2 songs that I was so used to hearing. Well, when I was digging around, I found they had put the other 2 songs on a red 45.
Nice.
And it was tucked inside. It was really cool. Oh, no, it's a black one, but still, they put on a 45. Which I was like, oh, well, this is even cooler. So, you know what?
I own 145, and it's a Janet Jackson one.
Hey, I got Tears for Fears. I got a Fleetwood Mac 45. I got about 4 of them.
I've got hundreds of 45s.
I have a bunch of 45s.
And I love them. And I still play
I got to
them.
grab one here real quick.
Yeah, let me see what I grab out of here. Let's see what it is. It is, Prince.
Nice.
This is the A side was Little Red Corvette, and the second side was All the Critics Love You in New York. You might like that one.
Yeah, I do like that one.
It's this is a Prince 45.
Yeah, I have Prince. I have that album 1999 on vinyl.
I got this a couple years ago on Record Store Day. It was Motorhead, Overkill, and Bomber.
Nice.
Oh wow.
Picture disc 45s.
Nice.
It's the
that's pretty cool.
The album cover for Overkill on 45.
Love that song.
And with Too Late on the B side. And then
Lionel Richie rules.
The single cover for
that's a good movie too.
Bomber on the B side.
That's fucking badass, Joseph.
I
Yeah,
love that movie.
my wife said absolutely no on cassettes and 45s. So
Oh, Mark, you're gonna like this one.
ooh.
Oh yeah.
Music Tonight.
One
Oh,
of, one of the most underrated bands. I would love to do a top 11 NXS, but none of you motherfuckers like
I don't know if I
NXS.
know. I don't know if I know 11 in excess songs.
yeah, right.
I don't know 11 songs by
I
them.
know what my number
It would
one
be. It
would
would be. Now I do like Never Tear Us Apart. I think that's a
That's my
beautiful
number
song.
one. That is my number
Really?
one.
New Sensation's a good
Suicide
tune. It's
Blonde?
decent. I hate that
Oh,
fucking
I
song.
love,
I
That
love that
effect.
song.
That what the hell is that instrument they're playing?
Welcome to the Strangest Party.
That song off
Dream
the
on,
song off
white boy.
Lost
Original
Boys.
Sin.
That song off the Lost Boys.
Oh, hey, that's a great song. But they do Mary, Mary. What song?
What You Give, that's all right.
Jimmy Barnes, the song they do Jimmy Barnes. That cover they do with Jimmy Barnes. That's great.
But I hate that
Good
song.
times.
Fucking Need You Tonight.
No, never tell us Terrace Apart would be
Especially with the
number
Bob
one.
Dylan rip off.
New Sensation, fucking Original Sin, The Swing. So many fucking great songs by that band. I love all their albums.
Anyway,
Alrighty.
I didn't know that was a Dylan ripoff until I saw Dylan do it. Because I saw Mediate first before Dylan.
Yeah. The video.
Oh, the thing with the cards. That's like
Yeah.
Johnny's in the basement mixing up the medicine.
Yeah.
Look out, kid. They just did an homage to Dylan. It wasn't a ripoff.
It's a ripoff.
Whatever.
All right. It's like fucking with you, Mark. He gets all pissed off.
I don't get pissed off. I just go with
whatever.
The flow. I just go with the flow, bitch.
Whatever. Big old pout on your face. Just kidding, dude. All right. Again, I'll probably get reamed for this one because of their debut.
Let me just ream you first. That sucks, Jerry. All right, go ahead.
All right. Their debut album did have a lot of the radio hits on them, but
I need some alcohol.
I thought Straight Shooter was fucking better than their debut album.
I agree with you on that. That is a great pick.
Thank you. I
Deal
mean,
with the Preacher.
Deal with the Preacher. Wildfire Woman.
Wildfire Woman.
Feel Like Making Love. Shooting Star.
I got the expanded.
Good Lovin' Gone Bad.
Did you get the expanded edition up with
no,
the
demo? I don't have
Oh, it's so good.
I mean, the debut album, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, that's a lot of their hits off that album. What? Can't Get Enough. Ready for
Song
Love,
Bad Company.
Rock Steady. Bad Company. Yeah, Moving On, I think, is on that too.
Yeah.
But there's something about Straight Shooter. I thought the writing was a little bit more complex.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree.
And see, you got Shooting Star with Na Na Nas in it. So I like Na Na Nas. So
yeah,
A+ for you for that album. And
I prefer their debut.
And again, that was the first album I really got introduced with Bad Company too. So that probably weighs a little more in my.
Mine was 10 from 6, and it only had 5.
Everybody had that album,
but it only had 5 albums.
It didn't have anything off of. Which one did? I can't remember.
I forgot.
It had Destination Angels, Rock and Roll.
It had Run with the Pack.
Yeah.
Running with the Pack.
Yeah, but it only had 5 of the albums on there.
Yeah, it didn't have the 6th album.
Yeah.
It didn't have the debut album on there.
No, it did.
Yeah, it did.
I know. I'm kidding.
That's I think that's the one
that'd be like one-sided album, I think, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But the thing is, somebody in our group said everybody got into these bands because of Tom Sawyer, Feel Like Making Love, Boston, More Than a Feeling. I go, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? Those aren't fans of music. Those are fans of singles.
Here's the thing I'll say, Mark, about Bad Company. 10 from 6 is the only Bad Company CD I own, but my favorite Bad Company song is not on that CD.
Huh.
Which is Silver, Blue, and Gold.
Mine is Burning Sky.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That's my favorite song.
Dude, I love the way that.
That's my favorite song. The sky is burning.
No, 10 from 6 does have all 6 albums on it.
Oh, it does? I thought it
didn't.
Yeah.
It has a song from Rough Diamonds.
Oh, I hate that album.
It has Electric Land on it.
Yeah, that's the only good song on that album.
But Bad Company is always known as Led Zeppelin's little brother, man. You know what I mean? They
Swan song.
But
the thing,
it's actually more. They're more known as Free's little brother.
But the thing is,
that too. The adult version of Free.
Peter Grant didn't promote them as much as he did Led Zeppelin. He kind of like dropped the ball in that band.
Well, he was busy with Led Zeppelin.
Led Zeppelin, man. I mean, come on.
Yeah, but he was in a depression or something when that band started coming out. So
I wouldn't even call him a little brother, more like a long lost adopted son.
I love Bad Company, man. Paul Rogers is God.
Oh yeah, dude. I like Bad Company, but they were nowhere near Zeppelin.
No,
With
I
their
agree.
music.
I agree with you on that. But
I like the Brian Howe era. I thought was great.
oh, Brian Howell era, Jerry. We're there.
Yeah,
He got screwed.
that's true.
Where are we at, Jerry?
It's on you, man.
Oh, it's on me. Eddie Conestracci, I love you, brother. And you know I gotta pick this album. I love the first Beastie Boys album. The first Beastie Boys album's License to Ill Rules. But nothing compares to their fucking masterpiece, Paul's Boutique. That album fucking rules with Hey Lady, Shadrach. Fucking the album is just fucking it didn't do good when it came out, but it's like people like hold this album in such high esteem more than License to Ill. I love Paul's Boutique by the Beastie Boys, my favorite Beastie Boys album. I got it on vinyl, 3 vinyl too. It's fucking great.
Paul's Boutique rules, dude.
Yeah, it
That's
does.
badass.
Yeah, we want to do a review on that, man, but we got to get Jerry on board. Eddie's ready.
Eddie's ready.
Album by them.
Eddie's ready for that. NWA.
I'm on vacation.
And U2. He also, me and Eddie want to do U2. Fucking Octone Baby, man.
I'll do all those with you.
Nice. So you're on vacation, Jerry. We'll make Mooger do it. All right, then
I'll do it, man. I'm just fucking with you.
We're on Scribble now. He's going off the reservation on this. This isn't even a music album.
When is Scribble on the reservation?
I have no idea. Scribble
has got eclectic taste, man.
He's making us a theme song, a rock theme song for fucking BS sessions. You heard it. It sounded pretty good. He even gets on me for liking Oingo Boingo in that fucking theme song. But Andrew Dice Clay, The Day the Laughter Died.
Awesome.
I love the Dice.
I never really thought put in a comedy
Scribble.
album, but that's pretty cool. I mean,
that's why I said he went off the reservation on this one.
Dickory Jock. Some bitch was sucking. I ain't gonna say it.
My favorite one is fucking Little Miss Muffet sat in the tub and eat her curse away.
Jack and Jill went up the hill.
Along comes the spider, sat down beside her. Yo, what's in the bowl, bitch?
That's so funny.
What? Oh boy.
Jack and Jill went up the hill, each with $2.50. Joe came down with $5. Oh,
what a whore. I love the Dice, man. We should do like a fucking. We did a comedian.
We did a comedian one before.
We should do comedic albums, like Steve Martin and shit like that. Go for that one day. I'd have to look into them, though. Like Eddie Murphy.
That's a shame. That's a thing you don't hear often. Do they still make comedy albums? I don't really hear.
I don't think
really.
It's comedy. Yeah. It's Netflix specials.
It's the Netflix specials.
Yeah. Netflix specials now. And then we get to.
No, I mean comedy album.
Yeah.
No,
it's a shame, really, because there's some.
Adam Sandler had a lot of good ones, man.
That's true. Yeah.
Come out with them.
Then we get to Metal Mike. I disagree with Metal Mike because I think Kill 'Em All is way better. But Ride the Lightning, Metallica.
Absolutely.
I'm with Metal Mike.
I'm with Metal Mike on that one.
Kill 'Em All is it's timeline there. And,
nothing wrong with that one either, dude, Mark.
Well, it's kind of like
Mark, you're so trendy.
It's timeline and environmental because environmental, my friend Scott Travato from In and Out got me into Kill 'Em All before I heard it. Metallica album.
Scott always makes the show every week, I think. It's cool. I'm not making fun of him, but he always makes the show. That's pretty cool, actually. We get to
Scott Travato, man. I would like to get him on this show one day to talk music. He's a
Scott from In-N-Out Burger. How you doing if you're listening, brother?
Yeah, he runs the cookout trailers, man. He's fucking cool. He's still
there.
He's
still there?
He's still there.
Cool.
He's still there. He's a cool dude. He got me in. He said, "You don't know Metallica?" Drives me to his friend's house, Dickie's. He had a friend named Dickie. And says, "Here you go."
Dickie every now and then makes the show too.
Grabs his CD and said, "I let him have it because I don't have a CD player." And we played it in my car. And I go, "Oh my God. I had that CD for a year before I fucking had to get it. Got stolen out of my car. I had to buy him a new one." But fucking amazing.
It should tell you all you need to know that Kill 'Em All is the only Metallica album that I don't have the box set for.
Did they release a box set of that one?
Yeah.
Oh,
it was the first box that they released.
He had the one with "Am I Evil" on it. It had a bonus track.
Oh, it was the first CD issue.
Yeah, it had the bonus track "Am I Evil" and the other.
It was and Blitzkrieg.
And I fucking jammed the fuck out of Blitzkrieg. I love that fucking
great song.
Yeah. So that's Metal Mike's Ride the Lightning.
All right, number 4, Jason.
The album that is so good that most people think is their debut album. Images and Words, Dream Theater.
I
mean,
forgot
I
about
thought
that
it
one.
was. I thought it was.
it's not, because their debut album sucks balls.
Shit.
They wish that was their debut.
They
album.
wish this. They honestly, they act.
You know
like
what?
it
I
some
need to
days.
delete the debut album off my iTunes. Fuck
Most-
that album.
I
hate
don't.
it.
I cannot remember the last time they played something off their debut album live. They like to pretend like this is their debut album, but it's not, and it's all the better for it because this is so much better than their debut album. One of my favorite progressive metal albums of all time. I've probably talked about it enough on this show over the years. Dream Theater, Images and Words.
The fuck is
Great.
this?
Album's great. The new album is amazing.
Yep.
Zero sugar, wild cherry, and cream Pepsi. Oh,
that is
cream.
There's too many words in that title for it to be any good.
You know what I got, Jerry? I do like Pepsi. I like the zero sugar cherry Pepsi.
You try it again.
Hey, cream soda sucks, dude. Soda.
no, I like cream soda, but
Ew.
All right,
You can cream on this.
I creamed on your mama last night.
Of course you did. Did you find her ashes for me?
That's some fucked up shit you told me. I kind of felt bad. It's like, usually I can make fun of somebody's mama because they know I'm not sick. But the story you told me kind of made me fucking, it was sad, actually.
Yeah, because I had her ashes in the car because she used to travel.
Who steals somebody's ashes? I mean,
because it was in a red velvet bag. They probably thought it was Crown Royal.
Well, okay, well, that's a good
I've never heard of anyone.
That's why you got to drink Jack, bro.
All right, Andy, you're up next, man.
Yeah, this was a shocker for me. And the first time I might even say this, I've always loved Blizzard of Oz as my favorite. But during the past year, Diary has really come for me to be over Blizzard of Oz.
Well, you're right.
By far my favorite.
By far.
This has I used to just love Blizzard of Oz, but it just seems that this is just, I don't want to say leaps and bounds, but they were just pushing the music.
Fine, Andy, I'll say it. Leaps and bounds. I'll say it. Leaps and bounds.
I really am a madman. And I believe this is, on the Jet label.
Mm-hmm.
You see the Jet label there. So, Diary of a Madman.
Do you guys ever listen to Growing Up Rock? Stephen Michael and Sonny Pooney?
Unfortunately.
Well, they're doing the Ozzy Osbourne album series. They're going through his whole discography throughout the year. And they're on Diary of a Madman now. And Sonny Pooney does not like the song Diary of a Madman. He doesn't like Rush.
How?
The guy is weird. He doesn't like The Godfather.
That is true.
Either. He doesn't like The Godfather either. So.
God damn it, Sonny. Like, seriously, get your shit together, man.
He doesn't like Rush either.
Dude, sometimes it's kind of weird that I listen to like other podcasts and like famous podcasts or whatever. I'm not going to say any names because I can't remember the names of them. And when they do like album reviews or talk about bands, I don't know if they're beginners or what, but I'm like, what are y'all?
Hey, the Growing Up Rock podcast is really good with Stephen Michael and Sonny Pooney. They are really professional. They're really good.
They're good guys. I know
they're really good guys. Stephen Michael makes fun of Sonny for not liking Diary of a Madman, the song. He hates the song. He says, and he doesn't like Revelation Mother Earth either. And I go, what?
Those are two of my favorite Ozzy songs,
right? Because we're progressive rock fans. He hates prog. So I get it.
Well, that makes sense then.
He doesn't like
Rush. Well, I'll probably get along with him then.
You probably would.
I probably like prog more than this guy does, but
Sonny Pooney's cool, man. But
I remember him from years ago because he was on the RMCP before they even had a podcast.
Yeah, but he's always on like with Brian Davis on Damn Good Memories. Yeah. He doesn't like The Godfather. Me and Brian Davis make fun of him because he doesn't like The Godfather. What the fuck? He likes all these cheesy movies that I like, but he doesn't like the good dramatic movies. You know, it's like, all right, where are we at, Jerry? Sorry.
I guess we're on me.
You. Yep.
All right. Yep. My again, pretty much debatable on this one, but when it comes to the Eagles, I got to go with Desperado over their debut album.
Oh, I agree with that.
Oh, yeah.
I was thinking about that one.
I mean, just because it's got fucking the song Desperado on it, which is still, I never get fucking tired of that. What a great song that is.
Best song of all time, man. Dueling Dalton's on there too. I love that fucking
Tequila Sunrise 21, just loaded with great fucking tunes.
Oh yeah.
But I was talking to my friend the other day about that. It's like my friend Brian. He's like, "How can you like that album better?" It's like, just do, man. I mean, because of Desperado,
Overall, I think it is a better album.
I do too. I mean, I think Bernie Leadens does a lot on the first album. I think, and there's cover songs on the first album.
On the Border's better.
Yeah.
They're all so like unique.
Yeah.
They all have their own vibe to them.
None of them got Good Day in Hell on it, except On the Border.
Wow, what's that song? I think it's a cover or somebody, an outside writer wrote it. God, I can't outlaw something.
Dueling Dalton?
Outlaw Blue? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
On Desperado?
Yeah. Outlaw something. Great fucking tune. Yeah, that outside guy.
I mean, I was just talking about that album on
Outlaw Man.
Outlaw Man. Yeah. Outlaw Man.
But man, yeah, it's just to me, the music I think is the songs resonate more with me. Nothing wrong with the debut album at all, man. Seriously. So I mean, Witchy Woman is one of my favorite songs, and that's not their debut album. So I mean, this first 4 Eagles albums, man. Well, actually, any one of them.
First 5. That first 6, actually, yeah.
All up the long run is fucking dude. They're perfect albums, almost, dude. Yeah. I mean,
they're doing bluegrass on fucking On the Border called Midnight Rider, and I fucking like it. And I hate fucking bluegrass, but I like that song. It's weird.
I mean, the Eagles, man, just what a fucking band they were, dude.
Yeah,
man.
They were.
I mean, songs like the Sad Cafe and fucking,
James Dean, dude.
Joe Walsh's fucking Pretty Maids All in a Row.
That's one of the songs I don't really care for.
Oh, I love
Wasted Time.
Wasted Time.
Pretty Maids All in a Row is like a dunker for me on that album.
I love that song.
No way. That's one of my favorites on that album. I love Hotel California, beginning to end.
I think Joe Walsh's best songs were on The Long Run. So
yeah,
The City. In the City.
Yeah,
Pretty Maids All
I
in a
still
Row
like
was
his solo version on that. No, Pretty Maids All in a Row was on Hotel California.
Yeah. It wasn't hard. God damn, I'm losing it, dude.
It's on Hotel California.
It is. You're right.
It's
in the city. In the city's off the long run, right?
Yes, I prefer his solo version from the Warriors.
From the Warriors, right?
Yeah, I think they're both.
I like both of them, but I like his solo version.
Yeah.
Oh well, that song there, they kind of forced them to put it on the Eagles album because they didn't have any more tracks.
Hey, but seriously, folks, is like one of the best Eagles albums I've ever heard.
You mean solo albums?
Well, if you notice, all the Eagles are on that album with them.
That is true.
Yeah,
I am honestly surprised that they didn't make him put "Life's Been Good" on an Eagles album.
Well, he sings it live with them. So.
Yeah.
It's also on Eagles 80.
But if you look, but if you
one of the greatest live concert videos there's ever been.
If you look at, but seriously, folks, you got Glenn Frey, you got all the members of the Eagles on that album. Glenn Frey on but seriously. Oh, whatever. I mess up names. That's what
James Hetfield.
I fixed that one. Hetfield, right?
Hetfield.
James Hetfield.
He's not in a feud with the McCoys.
With the McCoys.
I didn't say Hatfield. I said Hetfield. Whatever.
But I mean,
so where are we at?
One more thing. The Eagles are a band in that era up into the long run. I mean, do they really have a bad song? I mean, I don't think so.
There could be a little here and there, just like everybody.
Yeah, Pretty Maids All in a Row.
Not like Skipperoos. You know what I mean?
No. Pretty Maids All in a Row.
I mean, seriously. I mean, they're one of the most complete bands, man. I think, in my opinion, that never really laid an egg in that. I didn't really care for what was the shit they did in the 90s and 2000s.
I love that.
2000s.
I love their
Love
newer
Will
song.
Keep Us Alive.
I love that song.
Yeah,
I hate that
Get
song.
Over It. Get Over It.
Oh,
I love Hole in the World. That's a good song.
I love Hole in the World too.
And I also like The Girl from Yesterday. That's a good song.
I like that double album.
That reminds me of the debut album.
I hate Long Road. I hate Long Road Out of Eden.
No, I'm saying it's a good single. It's a good
album.
Single album. Take away some of the songs.
I don't think it's a good anything.
It's a bad album. That album they were trying to fit in with the country of that time, and it was terrible.
Honestly, I'd be really interested to see them do an album right now with the lineup they have with Vince Gill. I think that would be really good.
Yeah, but
actually, he does a great. I think Vince Gill does a great job with them.
With Vince Gill and with Glenn's son, I'd love to see them do an album.
He's back in, right? He was out for a while. Is he back in? Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
But now
what's his
Stewart, what's his name, just retired.
Yeah.
Their other guitar player that replaced.
Hey, Don Felder's
They're
available,
not.
guys.
They're not.
Come on. I know, but
It's
still, come
available.
on.
I'll be right back, guys.
Don
He'd do it
Felder
in a
just
heart-
had a health scare though.
He would do it in a heartbeat, man.
Oh, I know he would.
He would.
And now that Glenn Fry's dead, you would honestly that was probably the last big.
That's what I was thinking. I mean, they can make it work, man.
I think
We'll see.
honestly it would have happened
But
by now if they were going to do it.
Yeah. Oh, it'll never happen. That'll be the same as Dave Mustaine joining Metallica. It'll never
Yeah.
happen.
He would do that.
Well,
in a
that will
heartbeat,
happen
though.
when Hell Freeze is over.
So
Mustaine would, I don't think Mustaine would not do that, dude. No.
Well, he came out for the anniversary shows.
yeah, he did.
Yeah. I don't think he'd do. Well, okay.
He wouldn't do a full tour with them
They are making
Because-
a new album.
because here's the thing: why would they do it? They have Kirk Hammett,
Yeah.
That's what I mean. It's like,
Well, Kirk Hammett plays with the wah-wah too much.
but like at least you can see the Eagles doing it now that Stewart retired.
Yeah.
is that
Because
the
he's-
original CD box?
Yeah, Record Store Day, they released it in a long box again.
Yeah.
I never opened it because they gave me the digital copy of it too. For me,
I would say I have the CD without the long box, and I have the vinyl that they released.
it's one of those things where it moves. The picture changes if you
Yeah,
move
it's
it.
lenticular.
Yeah, lenticular. Yeah. So where are we at, Jerry? My turn, right?
We're on.
Yep.
Yeah, your turn, man.
All right, man. One of my favorite bands of all time. I can't wait to get this box set that's coming out. Black Crowes live with Jimmy Page. I love.
I pre-ordered the CD.
I got the CD and the vinyl. I got Jerry to get it too. I got both of them coming because I want the vinyl too. I haven't bought much vinyl lately, and it was a good price for the vinyl. For
I don't buy vinyl anymore.
I probably won't open the vinyl. I'll just
I'm opening that fucking vinyl. The Black Crowes, Southern Comfort and Musical Companion, Southern Harmony and Musical Comfort and Musical Companion. I'm fucking up on the title.
Southern Harmony, and
Yeah,
musical.
Companion.
I love that fucking album, dude.
Better than
There's
the first,
there's
huh?
no comfort in the title.
I fucked up. Yeah, I was thinking of whiskey. Southern
Yeah.
Comfort. Southern Harmony and Musical Companion. Fucking great album, top to bottom. Even the bonus tracks they put on it with 99 pounds and stuff. Really good shit, man. If you get
Thorn
the
in My Pride is
bonus
a great
track
fucking
out, it's a
song.
great fucking. I got it on vinyl. It rules.
All in a row.
I love that fucking album, dude. I could play that the fucking riffs on that album.
There, how are
They
you?
come on and sting me.
Been a long time.
Remedy. I got a remedy.
boom,
But what is
boom.
ailing me? You see? I love that fucking song.
I
Thorn in
actually
my
own that CD.
Thorn in My Pride, one of the best Black Crow songs of all time.
It is.
Did they do that on a
That's on
Jimmy
rolls.
Prade's album?
Huh?
Let me look.
They did.
They did it live.
They did
it
no
live.
slave, no speak,
They did
no
no Speak No
slave.
Slave.
But that's on that album too. Fuck. But if they did Thorn in My Pride, that'd be so awesome. I love that song. But the Black Crowes, Southern Harmony and Musical Companion. My
That's a
number
great album.
4.
Great album.
Better
I like
than
it
the
better
first,
than
though.
they did.
Yeah,
Better than the
I do
first,
too.
huh?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
better
is.
than the first to me. I love the first album,
Oh.
dude. I love,
Yeah, me
but
too.
they got their fucking sound on that second album, dude. That was them.
Their third one is so strong too, Amorica.
Amorica, they screwed themselves in the thing by putting the pussy cover on there.
They really did.
They
really
did, and they didn't want to talk. They Best Buy. Chris Robinson yelled at the Best Buy distributor. Oh, nobody buys our music at Best Buy. Goes, we sell a lot of your albums, so they didn't put it in Best Buy at all because Chris Robinson was crazy.
And people missed out because it's really, really good.
It is.
Amorica's great. B&B and a little weed. I love that part.
Where do we compare that?
myself.
Where do we did Amorica against something? What was it?
We
Yeah,
never
you guys
did
did
Amorica.
something with it. You guys know you
No, we
guys did
did-
an Amorica episode.
We never did.
Yeah, it was
a review on
Amorica against
It
no
was
BS.
Stone Temple Pilots.
Was it?
It
I
might
can't
have
remember
been.
who it was against.
I think Amorica.
I know
won,
you guys
though.
did something with Morgan. No, Mark, the songs that they added that were Black Crowes originals on the new version is No Speak No Slave, Hard to Handle, Wiser Time, Remedy, and
Why is
She
there
Talks
time
to
on
Angels.
Amorica?
And She Talks to Angels.
Good.
Why is there time? God,
Why
that's
is
such
there
a
time
good song.
rules?
Those are the 5 originals that they added to the new version.
Nice. And then they did the fucking Lemon song.
Yeah.
They just
The
released that
the
too.
Led Zeppelin songs they added were Wanton Song, Misty Mountain Hop, Hot Song for Nowhere, In the Light, Bring It On Home.
Why would we do Amorica versus something by STP? They don't even. Do
I
it.
think that the guy we don't talk to anymore. I think
You wanted that one, right?
He wanted
You
that
guys
one. It was-
you guys did something with Amorica. I remember
I know.
that.
I think it was Amorica versus STP. The STP album came out at the same time.
Purple,
What,
right?
purple?
Purple. Yeah, I think
Purple.
Amorica
That
won.
sounds familiar. Yeah.
Amorica
Okay,
won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
now it's coming to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So where we okay, and then we got Scribble, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Nickelback, Silver Side Up. He loves that band. I don't have any
There's nothing
problems.
wrong with it.
I don't have any problems with Nickelback. I do like a lot of their shit.
Yeah.
I do like their sleaze rock album better. But this Dark Horse or whatever it's called, that's a
Yeah.
great album by Nickelback. But then Metal Mike, he went Megadeth, Peace Sells, but who's buying? So there we
All
go.
right. Number 3, just
So what, you mean Scribble's number 1?
Oh, that
No
was easy,
spoilers.
man.
We already know
We
it.
already know it's a
We already know
Megadeth.
it. Yeah.
Jeez Louise.
He's
Anyway,
probably laughing his ass right now because we know that fucker. At least
Yeah,
he didn't pick.
and he knows I hate Megadeth.
At least he didn't pick a Limp Bizkit album.
Ooh. Thank you, Scribble. I love you even more now.
My number 3, this band, their first album is nothing like what they would end up being. Their first album is the epitome of what I hate about 60s music. It is pop garbage. And then they decided, let's become one of the greatest, weirdly progressive bands of all time. And that is the Moody Blues. And their second album, Days of Future Past.
That's a great album.
Probably their most famous album has Tuesday Afternoon, Nights in White Satin, Dawn is a Feeling, Another Morning. Just amazing album. Probably my favorite Moody Blues album. But this is nothing like their first album. Their first album is 60s pop garbage.
I like their first album. I like that stuff.
I hate. We've talked about this recently that I hate 60s music.
Right.
This is the kind of 60s music that I love. 60s music that is like out there. I hate 60s pop, which is why I hate some of the early Beatles stuff. I hate the Beach Boys. I hate any of that stuff. But this is the stuff that I adore in the mid 60s because it's so different. This is cutting edge for the late 60s. And it's one of my favorite Moody Blues albums, if not my favorite. So, Moody Blues, Days of Future Past.
Help me, Rhonda.
Help me,
All right, Andy.
Help me, Ron. My number 3 is one of the best art rock bands ever to release an album. One of my favorite art rock bands. And this is their second album. Talk about Pearl Jam with verses.
Better than the first, huh?
I like the first one. I like the first one better.
Those are the only 2 albums I like from Pearl Jam. So
I love Vitology.
Oh, I go.
Are you going on the art rock shit on me again?
Yeah.
You know, most of their Binaural and some of their albums went art rock. Come on.
It was art rock, man.
Binaural was totally art rock.
No,
I'll agree. I'll agree with you if you can pronounce it right, Mark.
I can't pronounce it right. Say it for me.
Binaural.
Binaural. There you go.
But versus, I think it's stronger than their debut. Side 2 to their debut is just okay. This is fantastic from beginning to end.
It is. So is the first album.
Yeah, but this one, this just keeps the energy on side 2, where side 2 on 10 kind of lags a little bit.
It doesn't have Black on that album, though.
So
Black rules.
Doesn't. But versus to me is my number 3.
Oh, it's a great album.
Don't call
Andy.
me daughter.
It's a great album,
No,
Andy.
not
It's
on that.
the first 3 albums by them are bangers. I love all 3 of them.
I do love that album. I probably prefer. Being not the biggest Pearl Jam fan, I probably prefer the debut album, but Versus is a great album.
Versus is a great album. There's
Also
no
like
slack.
No Code too. I guess No Code could be the beginning of their art rock era.
Yeah, I was about to say I do like that album, but what was the group I liked better? Creed.
Creed. Come
Yeah.
on, Mark.
Yeah, they're a much better art rock band than Pearl
No,
Jam.
they're not art rock. I said Creed has it's all bangers, no art. That's why they're rocking to me. They're more rocking.
How did we get onto this subject?
Because I did a post. He's been digging me on some shit on
Because he brought up art rock, so you brought up Creed.
No, because there's a post I put on art. I put a comment on that Pearl Jam's more art rock and Creed is more rockin'. That's what I said. So he's digging me. He did it earlier in the episode too on something. So I know what he's doing. I know Andy. So,
I don't know if I've ever heard anyone describe Pearl Jam as art rock, but
well, they
you know what?
went more art rock where they had a lot of skippers.
You know,
And
I
Creed
love
has
how-
no
I love how
skippers
you-
for me.
Coffee
love how
shop
you-
rock.
I love how you equate those two things. That art rock
Starbucks
equals
rock.
skippers.
it's so funny because I will not post things and argue. I was like, you know what? I'll just talk shit to them during the show.
I'll just do it in person.
You did talk a little shit with me in those comments. So
I know.
I knew
It's
what you were
fun.
meaning.
It's fun.
I will say I hate most later Pearl Jam, but one of my favorite things they ever did was their cover of Last Kiss.
Yeah,
And
Oh
that's
yeah.
from the early 2000s. That was
Yeah.
a great cover.
I would like to get all their 100 live albums.
Every time I hear Better Man, I want to kick a puppy.
I
I
like
love
you,
that
that
song.
song
I
rules.
love that song.
I hate that fucking song.
I like Nothing Man better.
Oh, Nothing Man's way better. Yeah.
Great
Nothing
song.
Man is a lot
And
better.
I love puppies. I really do. And I'm
I
sorry
love
for
bugs.
puppies, but,
But he just really makes him want to kick him right in the
Hey,
face.
they kind of went art rock on Vitology with Bugs. That was kind of bugsy.
what's that one? Yellow Bedwetter? Something like
Yellow
that?
Ledbetter.
Whatever. That song sucked. Now the guitar riff,
That's
Twitter.
fuck. I'm sorry. Yeah,
the
I
guitar
love
riff
Yellow
is pretty
Ledbetter.
cool. The guitar and little riff and the
Yellow
bass kind of cool, but that
Bedwetter.
song was boring.
but the song was really boring, and I still don't know what it's about.
We got to review 10 now because so you could just say that on Freeform.
But that's
Yeah.
not on that
Yeah,
album.
Bedwetter's not on
It's
there.
a B
Oh,
side.
it is. It's a B-side off that
B-side.
album, though, right?
No,
No,
Oh,
it's all
no,
no,
verses.
it's not on that
Oh,
album.
Versus.
It's
Oh.
on no album.
It was a B side off one of the verses
It's
singles.
like the
I'm
Beatles.
gonna get a lot of negative remarks if people are watching this. They're gonna hate me.
Yeah,
too.
well,
Oh no,
Yeah.
they're gonna love you because a lot of people hate Pearl Jam.
I was saying,
Okay,
Jerry, I
good.
think I've agreed with almost everything you've said so far.
Oh, okay, good. There's just a band that's just bored me, man. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
really. Except for
past
the first, their first album was just so fucking obnoxiously good, man. It was rebellious. It was just awesome. They just lost that.
I'm
touch.
sorry, Jerry, you don't have any taste.
Whatever.
No, I
Hey, you tell
honestly,
me that all
Mark,
the time.
Mark, you might have said it facetiously, but honestly, Versus doesn't have black on it, so it's not as good.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
that right there. I mean, Black is my favorite Pearl Jam song.
Me too.
so-
All right, where are we
But
at? Me?
ugh,
Oh, I'm gonna take. Somebody picked it. I think it was Metal Mike, but yeah, Ride the Lightning's even better than Kill 'Em All, in my opinion, dude. There's no wrong answer, Mark. Sorry, I hear you. There really isn't. They're both fucking great albums, but you go down the list of Ride the Lightning, dude. Fight Fire with Fire, fucking Ride the Lightning. Creeping Death is third. No, Food in the Bell Tolls is
But
next.
it doesn't
Then
have
you got
anesthesia.
Fade to Black. True. You open it up with fucking Trapped Under Ice. Just loaded with great tunes on that one. I mean,
Yeah.
I even like Escape. I know James don't like that song.
I like
love that
Escape.
song.
I think it's a cool tune. But Kill 'Em All, man, it's a fuck. You know what? I'm gonna cancel that pick because you're right, because they're both fucking great picks. So let me cancel that one. Let me throw this one. Let me throw one of my honorable mentions in here. Okay. One of my honorable mentions. Gotta go with Midnight Madness by Night Ranger over their debut album, Dawn Patrol.
What?
Again,
I
both
love
great
both,
albums.
but yeah.
Both great albums, but just because of Jeff Watson's acoustic playing on Let 'Em Run, dude. What a great acoustic fucking ballad that is, man. I love their debut album, Dawn Patrol, dude. But
Yeah,
Eddie's
Doc
coming out
Williams.
tonight. Don't tell me you love me, Penny.
fucking hey, Sing Me Away. Great
Take
songs
me
off
away.
that
Dude,
album.
that
dude.
album kills Midnight
Absolutely.
Madness.
No, not even.
No.
Yeah,
You Can
it
Still
does
Rock
for
in
me. It does
America.
for me.
Mm-mm.
When You Close Your
I was-
Eyes.
Touch of Madness.
Hush of Madness. Holy shit.
Oh, I
dude.
liked
Love
Dawn
it.
Patrol way better than Midnight Madness, but I do love Midnight.
And I don't care. Everybody's my sister Christian. That's
I
a fucking
almost
great
put that
tune,
on
dude.
there, but I went song by song, and I go, no, I jam Dawn Patrol more than
Well,
Dawn Patrol is a
Mark,
badass.
here's exactly how I pissed you off. Midnight Madness, Dawn Patrol, Seven Wishes, literally everything else.
Oh
Their
man,
last two albums are
the
good.
band played on was their last album.
Oh,
Was
it's
fucking
fucking so good.
fantastic. Damn.
Coming for you, man. We're coming for you, Joseph.
Man in Motion. That was a good album. Well,
I
it
love
was
Man
hit
in
and miss.
Motion.
It was hit and miss.
I liked I think it was the Long Road Home, the one that has
Yeah.
the Golden Gate Bridge on the cover. That was a good album too.
I will say, Mark, you'll appreciate this. I don't know if this band's going to come up at all on this video, but earlier this evening, I just put in an order on eBay for a bulk order of all of Tesla's CDs.
Nice.
All right.
Hey, do you got Shock?
Not Shock, but it's everything up through what's the one from like '08?
High Road. Do you mean High Road, Andy?
I rode. Thank you.
Yeah.
Everything up through Forevermore from Tesla.
Great. Forevermore is a great album.
Yeah,
But Shock
yeah.
sucks. Only 5
Yeah.
good songs.
Did not buy that one.
It
I
don't suck
bought
if Mark, it don't suck if it has 5 songs that you like on it.
Well, there's 12.
But still, 5 songs is a lot, dude.
5 out of 12? That's not a good album.
There's albums that I like that don't have 5 good songs on them, dude.
Well, then they suck. It has to at least have 8 out of 12 good songs, you know.
All right. Well, anyway, go with yours.
It's a
man.
mathematical equation.
Yes, it is for me, and I hate math.
All right, go with yours, dude.
Me?
Yep.
Or Matt? Let's
No,
see.
your mama.
Well, you just brought this up. Tesla, the great radio controversy. I love this way better than the first album. I love the fucking first album.
I did the mark on that one because I knew he was going to pick it. That's why I got it as an honorable mention.
Dude, I love the first album so much, but there ain't a fucking cover on this album. Little Susie was a cover on the first album. This is
But nobody fucking knows that.
Dude, it doesn't have
know
Flight to Nowhere, Love Song, fucking. It's
The
just
best song they have, The Way It Is. That's their best song.
well, fuck, dude, and also fucking No Way Out Heaven's Trail, man. No way in, I'm way out of this. I love that fucking song.
I'm always
Heaven's
ready
Trail.
to kick ass out on the
On the
stage.
stage, I'm in a rage. Yes, I'm having the time of my life. What a sweet, sweet life it is. You know, dude, that whole album, Flight to Nowhere, dude.
Yeah.
There you go.
Great fucking album.
Yeah, it is.
I even like the love song.
I love Love Song.
I love Love Song. And
Oh, yeah, I love Love Song.
the thing is, me and Scott Travato again at fucking In-N-Out Burger, we were talking. I got the new. I said, "Hey Scott, you get the new Tesla album?" He goes, "Oh fuck yeah, that album rules." We were fucking in the locker room in fucking In-N-Out Burger, just talking that album for an hour.
Locker room.
We were. I could see
You
where that went.
little TMI there, buddy.
We were talking.
Hey, it's all fine. I got nothing against it. Just don't want to hear about it. Just don't want to hear about it. It's okay. It's cool.
We were in the fucking locker room, not fucking in the locker room. We were just talking about
that song, Love Song.
You know what, Scott?
Hey, Mark. Love will find a way.
Dude.
Now, back then, it might have been a little bit of controversy. These days,
Hey,
it's not.
it's California. What happens in California?
Man.
California.
Don't be ashamed, dude. Don't be ashamed.
It's all right. It's all right.
That's a good one. You're fucking in the locker room.
Oh,
right.
you know we love you, Mark.
I'm laughing at myself because I heard myself say that now.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah, acts that we were talking, we're fucking around. No, that doesn't make
Nope.
sense. I'm out of
Nope.
here. All right. I'm gonna go stand in the corner like Jerry.
All right, now
before you do
scribble
more
picks.
scribbles.
All right, let's get to scribble where I get fucking screwed.
What kind of special sauce does that place have?
Oh,
It's got a
okay.
spread similar to
All
Thousand
right,
Island.
all right. Now, okay.
Oh
You got the
my
Diddy
God.
lube.
I'm gonna be called gay after this episode. All
The
right.
Diddy lube.
I'm very happy, but I'm not gay. Hats off to you gay people out there.
You're
Enjoy.
gay because you're happy and gay.
I'm
So-
happy.
Well, have a gay old time.
All right, Fred. All right, then we get to Everclear. So much for the Afterglow, which Scribble did a review on there with Katie Hart with Sunflower Fox and the Chicken Leg. You want to hear a new fucking band? If you like Hart, check out Sunflower Fox and the Chicken Leg. She is fucking an awesome person. We need to get her back on Freeform, Jerry.
Yep,
She is awesome.
absolutely.
Have her review
Great.
album with-
I just want to say, great pick, Scribble. That's a great fucking pick.
Yeah, we love that album. We were all going off, and that's a great album. So much for the Afterglow. And then Metal Mike picked Rainbow Rising, which two of you already picked, right? Or all of you
Just
picked
me.
it.
I
Just
didn't
you.
pick it.
I thought Jerry picked it.
It was just me.
All right,
Well,
so
talk about it.
let's go, Jerry.
Oh, Joseph, number 2.
Bad Wings. I mean, leaps and bounds above the debut album.
Oh,
The debut album sucks, in my opinion. This is an absolute 70s metal classic. I mean, it's honestly crazy that they went from rock and roll into this.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of crazy to think about. But just what an amazing album this is. All the stuff Andy talked about. I mean, opening up with Victim of Changes from what they did on Rock-a-Rolla, it's hard to believe that that's the same band.
Man, it just sucks.
Insanely good.
That new remix of Rock-a-Rolla is pretty good, though.
The songs suck, though.
Yeah, the songs are bad.
The songs suck.
Jerry, why do you keep drinking that?
The only thing I got up here to drink right now.
What are you drinking?
Else. I think this nasty ass Pepsi.
Oh, you got an REO Speedwagon shirt on.
It's a Styx REO Don Felder tour a couple years ago.
I love that. I went to that tour. That was the Mission one, right?
Yep.
I was at that one. At the Greek.
I was so glad that REO was the second band because I didn't want to see the same stale Styx set list. So I was able to leave like halfway through the Styx set list. Loved it. REO blew them off the stage that night. Really
REO was great, except they
they were in that point in the Mission era, and a couple tours they were playing the same fucking songs.
Well, they're on that right now.
But they've added Best of Times in there.
They did. I'll say that.
So that's cool. I like to hear something.
Yeah, but they're still playing Mr. Ribbon for no reason.
Oh yeah.
Well, they added that 5 years ago.
It was 2018, which is almost 7 years ago, Mark.
I'm 2 years off. I was close.
And they've played it every show since then.
I like Light Up and Lorelei, but come on, man. There's better songs.
They should do Man of Miracles.
No,
they're never going to play anything off the
that would be awesome.
Other than Lady.
And I wish Lauren Gowan would stop fucking butchering Lady. Just take that song off.
We still need to do a Wood Nickel era of Styx on Freeform.
Yeah, that'd be fun. I'd like to do it. Take Lady off the set list, please. You're killing it.
I think Mooger would love it.
I would love to do a Rising Serpent. It's badass.
Nice. We should do that. Nice. I got that on digital. Love it.
Maybe we just review that. There. Oh no, that's every album.
It's all four of them. Yeah,
we can't do that.
They do have the greatest. They do have the greatest hits album. Yeah, they do have the greatest hits album of that era.
It's only 34 songs, Mark.
Oh, yeah. We could do that. We could do that in a 2-part episode.
Yeah. And Jerry just sent me the debut on vinyl, so I'm very excited for that.
Yeah,
nice.
The second side is much better than the first.
Is it okay?
Yeah.
Now I'm thinking of a fucking Henry VIII. I am. All right, go ahead.
Okay, Herman's Hermits.
I've seen
second
them
verse, same as the first. Okay, go ahead.
All right, where are we at? We're on Andy, right?
Yep.
Is it me?
Yep. Andy's number 2 because I just did Judas Priest.
You just did
Judas Priest. High on the problem, it's me.
Some people might disagree with me, and in fact, maybe 50-50 might disagree with me on this one. But I prefer this album all over their debut. Talk about Paranoid by Black Sabbath.
I disagree with you, but somebody else might not.
I think I agree with you.
I'm the only one then.
Okay. I love their debut, but I think that this throughout the whole album have more cohesive songs.
I don't know. That first one's a banger. Come to think about
it, the first one has a better album cover.
It's very good, but I just prefer Paranoid.
But you got a guy in underwear in a fucking samurai.
I don't care about the cover, Mark. I don't care about the cover. Yeah. I know that you talked about it earlier this week.
It's a great album, though. I can't.
Honestly, War Pigs, Electric Funeral, and Fairies Wear Boots, I think, put this above the debut.
But you got Black Sabbath on the first album.
Yeah, that's the only song. Honestly,
NIB.
Yeah,
NIB.
But there's a lot.
It's a wash for me. That's why I couldn't pick it
on the debut album.
It's a wash for me because I love both those albums so much.
I do. I love both of these albums.
Oh yeah, I love them both too. But dude, Electric Funeral, Head of Doom, fucking badass.
Yeah, it's a great song.
Man, I don't know. I think I might change my mind on this one. I had Paranoid too as an honorable mention, but
the first album, Jerry, is a banger, dude.
Man, I don't
fucking every song on there. It's not like Volume 4 where we had to skip FX.
This is a TCTC here, man. I don't know.
No.
Too close.
I agree with Andy.
It's a wash. It's a wash for me. I love both of them.
I mean, neither one is my favorite Sabbath album.
Fairies Wear Boots. That's a great fucking tune. What a great way to end it out. Oh man, I don't know.
Which one has Sweet Leaf on it?
No,
that's Master Reality.
Oh, okay. I love that song now.
is Masters of Reality.
Yeah, I love
Man,
that. I love
Oh
that song.
But you're right. The album cover, the album cover definitely is better.
The album goes way better. So
yeah,
that's
way,
why
way
that's
better.
why it's a wash. But
Yeah.
then I picked the album cover.
Honestly, I don't think Sabbath had an amazing album cover until this. That was their first like truly amazing album cover.
The first album cover is fucking gothic as fuck.
It's
They're
weird.
I agree.
Yeah.
I mean that is like legendary. I'm sorry, I agree with Mark, man. I think this is one of the best album
Yeah.
covers
Yeah.
in history, I think, man.
That's why I picked that album over Paranoid.
Really, Mark? The album cover?
Well, that's the tiebreaker for me because I love both those albums.
Fair enough. All right, so it's me.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think Metal Mike said this earlier. I gotta take Killers, Iron Maiden Killers, man, over fucking the debut album. Killers is just so awesome. Murders in the Rue Morgue, fucking Prodigal Son, fucking I mean, just
They
great
just got
fucking
so much better on Killers.
Killers, for instance.
Innocent Exile.
Adrian Smith was added to the band. I think that helped them a little bit musically, as far as now. Dennis Stratton did some good stuff on the first album, but
And Clive Barker was a killer.
The last good album Paul Di'Anno ever did.
And the production is just a step up.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
With Marty Birch, hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
I mean, just so many great fucking tunes on it. Just a
It
great.
really brought out the best in Clive. Oh,
And you're talking about legendary fucking album covers. I mean, come on.
oh
Yeah,
yeah.
that's a great album cover.
I think that.
But can we all agree?
That'll be on everybody's list.
Can we all agree
top
that's
10.
that's the less great album Paul Di'Anno ever did?
I mean, look at that. I mean, so put it up again.
No?
Put it up again, Joseph.
Good.
Look at that. Look at that fucking album cover, dude. That is badass.
That was Paul Di'Anno's swan song, and then he sucked after that.
Yeah.
Oh, he was hit and miss.
No, he was always miss.
There's one album. I like the Di'Anno album.
The first Battle Zone album wasn't that bad.
Oh, shit.
So what is the best Iron Maiden album cover? You think it's Killers?
Number of the Beast?
Oh, absolutely. 100% that one, yeah.
I like Number of the Beast.
That's one of the best album covers of all time.
If we're just saying studio albums, this. If we're just saying everything
Live After Death's pretty bad.
Live After Death's badass.
Yeah. Well, I'm talking studio albums. I'd go for Number of the Beast or Power Slave.
The worst is Dance.
No. I changed my mind.
Yes.
That's the worst.
You knew exactly where I was going.
I'm going with Somewhere in Time. That album cover has so many Easter eggs on it.
It does.
I love that album. Yeah, Somewhere in Time.
That's
like
the
Terminator Eddie.
This album cover has the TARDIS on it.
I know that's why it's the best album cover. That is my favorite album cover.
That's a good album cover.
It's not my favorite album by them, but it's the best album cover by them. Aces High Bar. It's got everything on there, man. I love it.
Yeah, there's a lot of.
I'd say an underrated badass Maiden album cover is fucking
Matter of Life and Death.
Matter of Life and Death. Thank you.
Yeah. I knew you were going there because me and you love that album.
With the fucking tank and the skeleton.
We need to review that album. We haven't reviewed that album.
And people don't talk about that one, but that's
a great album.
That's me and Jerry's. Jerry,
I love the cover for Brave New World too, with like Eddie in the clouds.
Say that with Eddie coming out of the clouds. Mm-hmm. That's badass too.
Jerry,
the Book of Souls with the fucking what do you call it, cornrows on Eddie? I just didn't really.
Jerry bought me a Matter of Life.
This is such a boring album cover.
Yeah, that's
such a boring album cover.
Yeah, Matter of Life and Death, dude, man. Benjamin Brigg, that's a great fucking.
You bought me that on vinyl, Jerry.
Did I?
And Power Slave. You got me Power Slave too, fucker.
Yeah.
Like this is so, like for a band that's known for so many great covers. This is so boring, and then the back is just black with text on it.
It's horrible.
That's so bad.
Senjutsu wasn't that great either.
I like Senjutsu. Senjutsu was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was all right. But no,
not talking about the album cover.
Samurai Eddie was awesome.
Yeah. But No Prayer for the Dying is also a good album cover.
Yeah. Fear of the Dark.
It's badass.
Yeah. All right, so where are we at now?
Oh, where we are. I just get Iron Maiden, so it's on you, Mark.
Yeah.
Okay, where am I at? I got so many lists here in my face. I'm gonna go for Metal Mike already picked this Def Leppard High and Dry.
Yeah.
That album top to bottom is fucking just amazing.
I like
Bringing on the Heartbreak. Another Saturday Night Live, High and Dry. That's my favorite song.
Live. Another Saturday Night Live.
No, I corrected myself. Another Saturday Night High and Drive. I love that fucking song. Saturday, I'm high. I love that fucking song. Saturday night, I'm high and dry.
That's like the one song on that album that I'm burned out on.
That's my favorite song off that
I
album.
love that
I love
song.
Let It Go,
Oh, I love Let It Go
Bringing
too.
on the Heartbreak,
I can't
Mirror
believe Me and My
Mirror.
Wine wasn't on any studio
I love
album.
me. It was on it. They put it back. They put it on.
Yeah, they
there.
put it on there.
It was
Yeah.
on the CD release of
Yeah.
the original CD
I got
release
the
of.
cassette that's got that on there. It's got like
Love that song, dude. It's
release.
one of my favorite Def Leppard songs.
I got the box set, the early years. That's one of the best box sets you could ever get by them, by the way.
They put out like 3 versions of that at this point. They have the collection box set. They have their early years box set.
Their early years is better because they have all the early albums plus the live stuff, like early live stuff, and plus the original version of Let It Go. When was it called Let It Go? Like
Let it rock, let it roll.
It was a different version back then. But then we get to Scribble, his number 2. Of course,
I'm expecting a good one. Come on,
Metallica, Ride the Lightning.
Oh,
So you guys already called his number 1. Yeah. Maybe I'm not going to spoil it for you. But then Metal Mike, Ozzy Osbourne, Diary of a Madman, and Sonny Metal Mike. You need to talk to Sonny Pooney because he doesn't like that title track, and I don't know what the fuck's wrong with him. So that where are we at, Jerry?
Number one,
Joseph. What do you got, buddy? Come on.
All right. So I foreshadowed this earlier in the review. When I was talking about Dawkins, I said this might be true of something later on my list where this band's debut album was released multiple times on different record labels. Only has a few songs that I like and has a second album that I think is light years better than it. And it's an album that I talk about quite a bit that I cannot stand. And I love the second album.
What is
Forgot about that album.
Shout of the Devil.
Oh, mio.
I mean, possibly the greatest like sophomore album after a shitty first album, in my opinion. Because we all know how much I hate Too Fast for Love.
You hate it.
I hate that album so much. Album. It is honestly one of the worst albums from a big band, in my opinion. I hate it more than some of the stuff that they did later in the 80s because at least that stuff was like, you could see it coming. Too Fast for Love was just like garbage that just didn't fit anywhere, in my opinion. And then you have a song like Live Wire on there that just like reflects where it would go on here.
Come on and dance.
But then you have stuff like Come On and Dance.
I love that song.
And Starry Eyes.
Starry Eyes is good.
Starry Eyes rules.
So many crappy songs.
And then you have
this, which this album just came out of nowhere because this album is amazing and they never did it again.
What's wrong with On With the Show? God damn.
That song's okay.
Merry go round and round. Merry go round.
I love that song.
It can keep going round and round.
Hey, can I say something about that album real quick?
Which one?
If you ever heard the podcast called Cobras and Fire, Baco has a series where he's doing all these 80s, top 100 80s hair metal albums. And the number 2 one right now is Motley Crue's is voted on that album right there.
This one?
Shout at the Devil.
Oh, okay. The
good
one.
Guess who he's talking to about that album?
Who?
Tom Weirman.
Oh, cool.
So if you guys want to check out Cobras and Fire, Hard 180. The last episode is Motley Crue talking about Shout at the Devil with Tom Weirman. Oh, wow. It's pretty cool. He said Tommy Lee was a joy to work with. So there you go.
See that.
He said Nikki Sixx was pretty to himself. Vince knew he wasn't that good, but the thing is he didn't stop partying. He said
obviously Vince also killed someone around that time.
You tell Vince to go to bed at midnight, and he's telling all girls, I gotta go to bed at midnight. You think he's gonna go to bed? No.
I still fully support the
I wouldn't.
And he said
I fully support the conspiracy theory that they talked about on the RMCP Top 25 Motley Crue songs that Nikki Sixx stole all the lyrics from this album off of like a dead bum in the streets of Hollywood.
That was me.
Was that you?
That was me. I've been saying this forever. Yes.
Okay. Well,
I've been saying he stole it from a guy had a needle in his arm. In the street.
Nikki Sixx definitely stole the lyrics.
How did I get? They never said that.
They did.
I don't think they
That
said
was Mark. That was
me.
Mark.
That was
No,
me.
they said that years ago.
I
So
said
was he
that
been saying
before.
it too.
I
I don't
Say
know.
they said that years ago on our MCP.
I don't know.
I think they did. I've got to go listen to it. But
All
No,
right,
the,
Andy,
the
what do
top
you got?
25 Motley Crue songs, it's on there.
All
Well,
right, Andy, what do you got?
I think Nikki Sixx wrote that whole album and on the table.
well, he did say about Mick Mars. Mick Mars already had his guitar parts all figured out, and he was a professional, and he wasn't a partier of the bunch. There you go.
My number one pick. His debut album was all right, but man, when he came out with After the Gold Rush, amazing album. I mean, from beginning to end. Um, I mean, literally one of the best albums of all time. And he was breaking up with his wife at the time. His wife was older than him. And if you notice, there's an old woman right here, and they're going opposite ways. I never noticed this for years. I said, you know what, that is a little old lady, and that's what it resembled. But yeah, this is more of a folk album. There's a couple of songs that are kind of loud, like Southern Man is on here,
Oh,
but
those are
songs
fun.
like Tell Me Why and the title track After the Gold Rush, Till the Morning Comes, Oh Lonesome Me, which is an old cover by Bob. I think it was done by what's his first name? Something Gibson. I'm sorry, I forgot. But I Believe in You, Cripple Creek Ferry. Don't let it bring you down. Such a good album. It's great. It's a great album. And Neil Young is one of those one of those artists out really. I love just second to the Beatles, but during the winter time, late night on winter and during the winter, Neil Young, just great stuff. So that's going to be my number one. And sometimes I feel like I pull away from picking Neil Young because everyone knows that he's my favorite. So I kind of pull back, but I couldn't on this episode.
Never pull back from your favorite, man. Never.
I just had to bring it out. So
I agree that album's definitely better than his
Yeah.
debut.
oh yeah, his debut was iffy. But I still like it. But this was leaps and bounds. So that's my number one.
Yeah, man. Always like what you like, man, because that's why
Yeah,
I
I
picked
know.
this one.
I knew you were going to pick that.
That's why I left it off my list.
I didn't leave
I
it off
mean-
my list because I've always said Zeppelin 1's my favorite.
I love Zeppelin 1 better. Yeah.
Yep, me too. We did an episode on that. I think Zeppelin 1 won.
Yeah.
Zeppelin won because I thought the song matchup was better on Zeppelin 1 than it was for Zeppelin. I like
Maybe.
as a total album as a full I like this one better for some reason. I don't know,
Right.
but I think I picked more songs track to track the first album as well, actually. But dude, what a great fucking second album! Basically, did this all on the road, touring for their first album. And I'm partial to this album even more now because I just saw the Zeppelin documentary, which
Great
I thought was fucking
documentary.
pretty awesome. And I mean, every one of these songs, except for maybe you probably don't hear Moby Dick on the radio, but everyone else you hear on the radio, just about. I mean, yeah, pretty much every song. Even Bring It On Home, I hear on the radio every now and then. Ramble On, fucking great fucking tune. Whole Lot of Love, Thank You, Heartbreaker, Live and Love and Me. What am I forgetting?
Lemon Song.
Lemon Song,
Lemon Song, Heartbreaker.
Bring It On Home.
Yeah, but that album doesn't have
I think I said it all.
Communication Breakdown or Dazed and Confused.
Well, it doesn't have Stairway to Heaven either, but it doesn't make it a bad album.
Well, I didn't say it was a
Oh
bad
no, it's
album.
not bad at all. It's
No, it's a great album.
but I understand what you say, Jerry. As a whole piece of work, it could be considered better because they really do take a big step forward.
It's a better flow of an album.
And it's they didn't repeat their first album. They went a whole completely different way, which is something that Led Zeppelin would do throughout their career.
And then the next album was a complete 180.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The
And what's
Crunch.
really cool about Led
Oh,
Zeppelin
Zeppelin 3. Yeah, Zeppelin. Yeah.
is that you can really hear any song and know exactly what album it came off
Yeah.
of.
I love Zeppelin 3, though.
Even like Coda, you can tell, listen to songs off Coda, which
Yeah.
album that song probably could have fit on. You know what I mean? So yeah.
And the funny thing about that is even all the songs that were outtakes on Physical Graffiti they sound like Physical Graffiti.
Right.
Yeah.
They don't sound like whatever they were outtakes from. Whereas that's one of the reasons I hate Coda, is because whereas Physical Graffiti was a cohesive effort, even though it was a lot of outtakes from previous albums, it felt like a cohesive album. Coda was just a bunch of leftovers that didn't fit anywhere else.
You can tell that it's a hodgepodge album.
Yeah.
You really can.
I could do a 10-hour episode off Physical Graffiti if everybody wants to do a 10-hour Physical Graffiti episode.
I don't
We'll
want
have to do that sometime. Get like up early on a Saturday morning and just start it.
We could do. I said we could redo that. I did it with Lee on Freeform. We could redo. I said we could redo albums.
I am more than happy to just sit down for hours.
There's a lot of albums that I would like to hear Jerry and Mooger's thoughts on, just not Lee, because Lee's weird.
All right, Mark, finish this up with your picks, dude.
All right, I got. Well, Joseph already stole my thunder on this. I picked L.A. Guns, Cocked and Loaded. Joking. That is in my honorable mentions, though. L.A. Guns, Cocked and Loaded. It's Rush Fly By Night. Come on, man. It's like it's a great album. It's like the first real Rush album to me. I love the first album, but it's my last favorite album by Rush. In that every album is before that is the last album I like by Rush. Every album after Fly By Night is better than the first album for me.
You like Hold Your Fire more than the debut?
Yes, I do.
Alrighty then.
Hold Your Fire because timeline and environment. I went on my first date to that show at the Forum and saw Hold Your Fire live. And so that is I love Open Secrets. I love the songs on that. The lyrics, except for Tyshawn. Tyshawn could fuck off. But I Fly By Night is just a great album. It's just fucking great. And then get to Scribble. What did he pick, guys?
Peace sells, but who's buying?
Scribble, we know you too well, buddy. That was his album. And then what did Metal Mike pick? Do you guys know what Metal Mike picked? What do you guys?
Let me think.
Is it Hotter Than Hell?
No, he didn't pick a Kiss album. Who's his favorite band of all time?
He's already said, "Oh, Sabbath, Paranoid."
There you go.
I'm surprised he liked Paranoid better than the debut album. That surprises me a little bit.
That surprised me too. But if you heard him on the plug, he was kind of getting into what he was going to do on the show, and he was talking about this. And I knew he was going to pick some Priest, Sad Wings of Destiny. He didn't really get into it, but I knew he was going to pick Paranoid. So I didn't know it'd be his number. Well, I kind of thought it'd be his number one. But
speaking of Rush, my sister just bought me the new Rush 50 thing.
Why would you want that?
$257. Oh, she's bought it for me. I'm not going to say no.
That just has everything that I already have. It's like I don't
Cool
like
thing to have.
compilations when I have it. Well, let's get into our mentions, Joseph.
Okay, yeah. I don't know.
Led Zeppelin 2, High and Dry, Fate's Warning, The Spectre Within, Kansas Song for America, Diary of a Madman, Nirvana Nevermind, Ride the Lightning, Peace Sells, Get Your Wings, System of a Down, Toxicity, and Iron Maiden Killers.
Cool. Andy.
Ooh, Genesis, Trespass, Alice in Chains, Dirt, Bruce Springsteen and the East Street Shuffle, Def Leppard, High and Dry, Dawkins, Tooth and Nail, Halloween,
Keeper of the Seven Keys Part 1.
Yes, Part 1, thank you. Jane's Addiction, a Ritual of Habitual.
Oh, that's
whatever.
a good one.
Yeah, Leonard Skinner, Second Helping.
Oh, that's a good one.
Metallica, Ride the Lightning, Rainbow Rising, the Red Walls, De Nova.
All right, so
I'll
go
Red
for
Walls. All right.
Right,
Rod Stewart, Gasoline Alley.
Oh, still going.
Santana, Abraces, Smashing Pumpkins, Siamese Dreams. Yeah, I had a long list. And ZZ Top, Rio Grande Mud.
Okay, Jerry.
All right, I've got Zeppelin 2.
That was your number one, bitch.
Duh. I got Ozzy, Diary of a Madman, Sabbath, Paranoid. I agree. I think that is a little bit better. Even though, like I said, it was hard for me to tell. Kiss, Harder Than Hell. Hotter Than Hell.
Harder.
I got Heart Magazine. Def Leppard, High and Dry. Metallica, Ride the Light. I got Styx 2, which I thought is a great fucking album.
It is.
Black Crowes, Southern Harmony and Musical Companion. Tesla, Great Radio Controversy. Shout Out the Devil, Motley Crue, and Little River Band After Hours.
Well, then I got LA Guns Cocked and Loaded, Brian Adams Cuts Like a Knife, Smashing Pumpkins, Siamese Dream. Fucking a lot of albums you guys already mentioned on there. Fucking really good shit, man. The Second Helping by Leonard Skinner. I forgot it, but that's a great fucking album right there, man.
That is.
But that's all I got, man, on my honorable mentions, because a lot of the albums you guys picked, I like the first album better. Like I like Zeppelin 1 better than Zeppelin 2. I like Black Sabbath better than Paranoid. So a lot of good albums on here, but that Brian Adams album, if you guys
That's Like a Knife is his third one, dude.
The second album.
Well, I think it's his third, dude. You might want to check it.
I don't know, whatever. It's an honorable mention, so it could be fucked up. Metal Mike said, what do you call Metal Mike said Pantera. So that was their third album.
Yeah, we yelled at him about it.
Yeah.
Maybe it is. I thought it's third. He had two like really lame poppy albums.
It is his third.
It is his third.
Yeah.
So that's the first real Brian Adams album I like. So.
Pretty much. It is the first really good album that he had.
That's the one I stole from Sears on cassette. My first theft of an album besides Columbia House.
Theft.
Just remember, guys, Dodge is coming after you for your Columbia House collection.
That's true. They are.
Remember that. All right, man. So
hey, I paid mine. I'm good.
That was our show. But what do you got going on, Andy?
Oh, first of all, here we
go. Cannonball.
I wanted to say, rest in peace, Gene Hackman.
Oh, I forgot to talk about Gene Hackman.
That's all right. On Monday, we got a show on Monday because I'm going to go see Reba McEntire on Tuesday.
Nice.
So we moved this to a Monday. We are picking our top 10 plus 5 honorable mentions of albums in our collection that people would be surprised we have.
Wham.
So
nobody would be surprised.
That's going to be an interesting show.
Yeah,
I'm excited to make my list for that.
Yeah, and Joseph's going to be on there, and so is Mitt Watkins. It's going to be on that.
Oh, nice
as well.
So, before we go, man, before we get to this,
yeah.
Gene Hackman was supposed to be in BS.
Yeah.
Everything else he's done is great, but he is my Lex Luthor. I just gotta say,
of course.
Superman 1 and 2, great actor. Sad he passed.
And 4.
4 was. You know, the only one who compared to him, Lex Luthor, is Kevin Spacey.
But the thing is with him is that I put this out there. It was on Edwin's post. Gene Hackman is one of those actors where every movie that he made, he was a different character. Yeah. He did what an actor should do. He was the epitome of what an actor should be, and that's a lost art in today's movies.
Yeah.
We now have actors who play the same role over and over. That's not something that Mr. Hackman did.
Especially in a movie like Young Frankenstein, where most people don't even realize that was him as the blind man in Young Frankenstein. Most people don't realize that was him because he did such a great job of just being this character.
Yeah,
that most people didn't really realize it was him.
And I don't know if this was true, but he was one of the finalists who played Mike Brady.
Oh God, really?
And he was overlooked, and they went with Robert Reed. And thankfully, because man, he made some badass movies there in the late 60s and early 70s.
Yeah,
with him and Bonnie and Clyde. Man, that was a fantastic supporting role on Bonnie and Clyde.
If we would have gotten him and the Brady Bunch and never gotten the French Connection, I'd be so pissed off. I'd be so pissed off.
Ooh, Myles Garrett demands a trade from Cleveland. Wow.
I mean, that's been for a couple weeks.
Wow.
What now? Who? What?
But I'm just gonna say it's pretty cool to end the BS with talking about Gene Hackman, what a great actor, and we talked about him in our Western. You guys had him in
Unforgiven.
You know?
Oh, he was awesome as Little Bill, man. He was awesome in that role.
There were some
Hoosers.
I loved him in the Poseidon Adventure. I thought he was great playing the Reverend in that album.
Conversation.
Yep.
So he gets his own segment, so that's pretty cool. We leave with a great actor, but Jerry.
Interesting. All I gotta say is we got there's more to that story. I think that's coming out. I don't
There
know what it
really
is, but
and I hate
It's got to be carbon monoxide poisoning.
I'm thinking that too. But they're saying that the woman's body was like way more decomposed, like it's been dead longer. She's been dead longer.
Oh wow!
I don't know what that
That was-
means, but
But
There
they
was
said
also-
it wasn't foul play. They said they don't think it's foul play. They're doing toxicity things on their bodies
yeah.
now.
and
I
there
hope
was
it's nothing bad. I really do. I hope
Yeah.
it because man, imagine if that's something if his legacy gets screwed if he does something.
you don't
stupid.
want that. That's what people.
Oh god, that would be fucking awful, dude.
Yeah.
I was a big Chris Benoit fan, wrestling. I was a
Yeah.
big wrestling fan. I love Chris Benoit, but
Yeah.
I was sad when he found out he was dead. But then I found out what happened. I'm like, oh, dude,
Yeah.
fuck this guy, man. You don't do that.
Imagine killing
brain
killing not only your wife but your 5-year-old son.
Yeah.
I don't know how. I mean, he had to have brain damage.
He did.
Yeah.
No, he had crazy amounts of brain damage.
Oh yeah, of course, dude. I mean, people can say what they want about wrestling. There's injuries.
Well, his finishing move, he led with his head.
Junior Seau, man.
No.
Yeah.
Think about Junior Seau and
He did
the guy from the Patriots who killed somebody. He had that brain.
Aaron
disease.
Hernandez.
Aaron
No, he was
Hernandez.
just. I don't think he had that. He was just a fucking asshole.
No, he had that CT,
Criminal.
whatever it's called.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
he was
okay.
also just an asshole.
He was a
Yeah.
fucking bad. He was a
But,
gangster, dude.
He started off as a criminal.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any 3 shots down going on?
Oh,
We
Jerry.
We just did a show.
Yep.
Interesting topic. Some old blues people. We talked about Stevie Wonder. We talked about I did
Buddy Guy.
something on Tracy Chapman and Buddy Guy, man. So yeah, cool stuff.
Since it was Black History Month,
Our
so.
Our next show will be about the station, the Great White Incidents. That's going to be really fun talking about that one. Not fun.
Interesting.
Not that that's a fun story to talk about, but yeah, a very tragic night in rock and roll.
And then after that, I got my next shot off of a idea for Mark. Actually, where we're gonna do three shots of the Yardbirds. We're gonna do Clapton,
That's right.
Page, and Beck.
Oh, because I did that poll.
Yeah.
All right.
And then in between, we're going to do a trivia show, I think, eventually soon. So that's going to be fun.
Oh yeah, Joseph's doing.
Oh, yeah,
that's
Joe?
on BS. That's on BS.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, we're doing a BS trivia show. He's making up the questions. What is it on 80s metal?
80s metal.
80s metal.
And there's a grand prize too. The winner is going to get a vinyl of Jethro Tull.
Oh wow, I have Jethro
From
Tull.
Andy.
You guys
From Andy.
For me.
All right, so then we
I'm
also
trying
have
to get rid of them.
BS next week. We got Travis coming on. I don't know, and we have Becky Roberts coming. No, not Becky Roberts. Becky Roberts. Yeah, we're doing our top
Female
11
fronted.
female vocal albums.
Yeah,
band albums. But on Freeform, we have a special episode on Freeform that we did last Friday, and I moved it up to this Friday to come out. We got Eddie Canastracci and Eric Arms P. Jordan. They have an announcement of Rock All Over You podcast on there, and we review the Beatles A Hard Day's Night with them. So check that out tomorrow. If you like the Rock All Over You podcast, they will tell you what's going on with their show. No spoilers, as I always say on Freeform. We don't get spoilers. All right, guys. Thank you, guys. Have a good night and take it
Very
easy. Man.
fun show tonight. Very fun.
Later, man. All right, man. And Gene Hackman, you rule. Lex Luthor, always, man. Later,
Ghost
guys.
is awesome. Later.
All right, bye. Ghost sucks.